Urgent. My sister's YouTube channel at Renovative has been hacked. Please be aware of any strange or unusual content posted on her channel as it is no longer under her control. We urge you to subscribe to her new channel, Rena Fiction, to avoid any confusion or misinformation. Thank you for your understanding and support during this difficult time. Hello to all lovers of lemon scenes. I invite you all to my boosty so you can watch your favorite Naruto What If stories in complete comfort. A subscription to Naruto Lemon, the first video with a full lemon, is already on my boosty channel. Dare! POV Naruto. Night reigned in Konoha. I'm going home for my son's birthday. He is already 10 years old. I hope no one will be offended if I'm a little late. There were many casualties during the Fourth World War. Only me, Shikamaru, Sasuke and Sakura with Hinata remained from our graduation. I married Hinata, now we have the eldest son Boruto and daughter Himawari. It's a pity that because of the position of Hokage, I spend very little time with them, from which Boruto is very offended by me. However, there is nothing I can do. I am Hokage. First of all, I have to think about the village, and only then about the family. Let's burn this village of yours to the ground. The problem will immediately resolve itself. Said one of the fruits of my schizophrenia. It's all too dreary and it will take a long time, too many deaths. I replied. Well, we want to destroy the village, not the inhabitants. And since when do you take death so lightly? Asks the hairball. Senile insanity or something. Probably from the time when he was still an ANBU captain. Ah, those were great times. Didn't know that when you're Hokage, you have so much paperwork. This is horror. Ha. You were very different in those days, very much. Is it true? Was my unpredictability really that good? No, it was your idiocy that was so good that it was called unpredictability. Demon Fox said. Echem. Stop answering like an Uchiha. It's stressful. At the mere mention of the Uchiha clan, the Nine-Tails grimaced. Oh yes, I almost forgot. What? Why did you marry Hinata? You know, asking about it now that we've been together for almost 12 years is pretty. Why not? Okay. In fact, I love another person, but he has already died a long time ago. And on Hinata because she loves me since childhood. Oh, so you noticed? Of course, who wouldn't notice how she looked at me in those days, how she stuttered at the sight of me, but I won't even talk about how she blushed terribly. Then. Who is the unfortunate woman who took your heart? I'm already used to his jokes, I think you especially do not need to know this. Otherwise, if you find out, at best you will try to kill me, at worst you will go to destroy the world. I'm still interested. Let's chat later, otherwise I've already come home. When I entered the house and went to the kitchen where we were supposed to celebrate, he came out. This is the reincarnation of Ashura, and here I killed a girl with a Byakugan and recently your brother too, what's his name? Indra, it seems. Although not the point. Who are you? Chakra emanated from him with great force. And that white robe? Otsutsuki? My name is Otsutsuki Urashiki. We, the members of the Otsutsuki clan, have come to take over the world, he said as he approached with such speed that I could only see a silhouette. This Urashiki used some technique that made me turn to stone. Looks like he killed the others as well. Sasuke. He said that he killed Indra, which means that the world will be left without their defenders, which is a pity. But I fulfilled my dream of becoming Hokage, even though my life was not the way I would like it to be. I am a shinobi. From the very beginning I was ready to die in battle. Darkness consumed me. Darkness. Why is it so dark? Oh yes, I'm dead. So now I have to meet the god of death. Or will I meet the Rikudo Sannin? Or will I immediately go to a clean world to meet my parents? Hey Uzumaki Naruto. Who is there? Where does this voice come from, because there is only darkness around? Don't even try to find me. I'm still a Shinigami. And what do the Shinigami want from me? All the same, the fact that you were the captain of the ANBU first, and then the Hokage, did you good. You have become more reserved. If it's a compliment, then thank you. Ha 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 ha. Now let's move on to something more serious. You died. It's clear. Some kind of overreacting. I am a shinobi, I was ready to die in battle. Okay, but tell me, did you like your life? I fulfilled my dream, I became Hokage, I brought my friend home, but you know, if someone asked me a similar question, I would answer no. Why? Was it just me, or was there a note of causticity in his voice? I lived for others, I became stronger for others, I even got married for the sake of the clan and for the sake of the girl who loved me since childhood. But now that's not about that, what do you need from me? I need you for two reasons. First, you got me and Sasuke got me, and also your redhead schizophrenia. Secondly, you saved that world, which means a lot to the gods. Therefore, you will be reborn into another self from the other world. Another? Yes, a girl. But why? I will send you to save that world and just become happy, to live for yourself, well, for the sake of others too, only in a different sense. Your friends will go with you. Can I ask you? Yes. I have long wanted to ask. The Ten Tails is sentient, isn't it? There was a loud laugh. Yes, Jubi is reasonable, he has a mind, and he is one of the gods of this world. It's clear. Give him my apologies. Silence. Well, it's not my fault that I like it when everyone loses their temper. You're still funny. Okay, I'll give it to him. Now Uzumaki Naruto, take care of yourself and your friends. And finally, live a life full of happiness. Understood? Yes. I will definitely live. And I fell into the darkness, although I was already there. My awakening was not the best. My body ached like a tractor had run over me. And it looks like I started to see the memories that belonged to that Naruto. So, I needed the inner world. Kurama, are you awake? What do you want? He says in an unhappy voice. What happened with me? It feels like I have a split personality. This is a merger, you will merge with the girl that was before. You will need about 2 days for this. So go away, I'm merged too and I want to sleep. I hope you won't disturb me, is it just me, or did he have a note of anxiety? Don't worry, I've already seen her memories and how they treat her. Let this be a different world, but these are my parents, as they say, you don't choose parents, probably because of her memories, I take it so easy that I'm a girl, I wanted to reassure him. Who cares about you, go already. And he threw me out of my inner world. Well, there will be breakfast soon, I have to go to the academy. I think the Shinigami said that Sasuke would be there too. Looks like it will be fun. When I came into the kitchen, my mother was standing by the stove. There was a great desire to go up to her, hug her and cry like a small child, but I was able to overcome this desire. Crap. You have to get used to talking about yourself as a girl. Even though I am a girl. My memory says that my father is against me being a kunoichi and my older brothers ignore me. Oh yes, I forgot to say, it seems that in this world I am a Jinchuriki. Why? Couldn't mom have given kurama to my older brothers? You must remember to ask. Just because of this, my father does not want me to become a kunoichi, and I myself was not a genius, like my brothers. Let me tell you who my brothers are. I have 2 of them, I, the youngest, the elder brother. Najie that. Yes, yes, it is he. Akatsuki's pseudo-leader, Pain. To be honest, at first I did not believe, but while he was sitting in front of me and eating his scrambled eggs, I had to believe. He is a jonin. The second brother is called Kyoshi, he is 2 years older than me, genin. And I'm graduating from the academy this year. Yes, all their looks interfere with eating very much, such cold, indifferent looks. It seems that even the father came to breakfast, and he is the Hokage, he does not have much time. And Nagato Oniai-san is here, and he's a jounin. Oh no, according to the conversation, he leaves on a mission after breakfast. Naruto, you will have an exam in 3 months. I hope you don't want to be a kunoichi after this, how dare he? And what is that cold voice? Are you going to hate your daughter just because she is not the same genius as your sons? Alright, you pissed me off. Naruto, calm down. You will only make it worse. A kick in the ass, albeit a mental one, helps a lot in such times. Thank you Kurama, you need to calm down. Calm down. Hokage-sama, I'm sorry for being rude, but that's none of your business. Even if I don't get through, and I will pass, these are my problems, the voice is cold, the look is indifferent. I didn't know that I could do that. When you were Hokage, you did it reflexively, and you just noticed it now, damn it, he's also being sarcastic. So, the main thing is to say thank you for breakfast and leave under dumbfounded faces. How I like it. Maybe make it your new hobby, pissing off other people. Now, to the academy, and start arguing with Sasuke. As always. My new life has begun. It looks like Konoha hasn't changed that much. Konoha is Konoha. Before Pain's attack. How unfortunate. If my parents are alive, then the Uchiha clan is also alive. At this point, Kurama began to resent and prepare plans to destroy them again. Kurama, I don't think your plans will be needed, I mentally tell him. Why? Well, the Shinigami said that Sasuke would come with us. And if his clan is alive, then he will gladly kill them all. I am almost 90% sure of this. Silence was my answer. It looks like he didn't even want to say anything out of happiness. Oh, that's the academy. Nothing changed. When I entered the classroom, I saw Sasuke killing me with his eyes. When I sat next to Sasuke, the girls' faces looked like I'd taken the last piece of chocolate cake in the world from them. Dobe, what the hell, he starts in a whisper. Team, I was given a second life. For what? What do you mean why? They gave it to me so that I could live it perfectly. You didn't have enough of your past life, you want this one too, he builds a fool. Cattle. You know without me how happy she was with me, I show quotation marks with my fingers. Hm. You are too talkative and emotional. I connected with another me, and now I have his memories, some habits, although my soul was in the lead. Oh, I have the same. Noticeable, is it me, or is his shoulders trembling? Team, what's wrong with you? With me? Nothing with me. As for whether you're okay yourself, I'm not sure, and he began to laugh, although the bastard made it so that only I could see. I always thought that you looked too much like a girl, but so much. I have no words. Then you'll get it, team. Hm. Oh. You have no idea how glad I am to see him like this. After the Fourth World War, even when his daughter was born, he showed very little emotion. Maybe he was so influenced by the fact that he merged with a 12-year-old kid, or maybe his family and his parents are now alive. I don't know. But I'm still glad. At that moment, Irika-sensei came in and started explaining a new topic. Sasuke and I were very bored. So I pretended to listen to him, but in fact I was sleeping. I often used this maneuver back when I was Hokage. Sasuke, because of the image, cannot sleep, so he suffers and throws displeased glances in my direction, probably, I'm still sleeping. Finally, classes are over. Most likely this is all the effect of the merger, but I rejoice in this like a small child. Sasuke, to the 7th training ground after we go home. HM. Well, nothing has changed here. Home, home. How strange for me when someone is waiting for me. Actually, no one is waiting for you there yet, well, except maybe Kushina. After all, she is the only one who has always been on your side. As a responsible mother, she has always looked after you. Even though she didn't like your behavior either. You were quiet, you couldn't say anything against it, although the fact that your father wanted you not to be a kunoichi often upset you. Oh, don't remind me, I'm Uzumaki Naruto, I can change their mind in no time. Although it's strange that you are Uzumaki, your brothers are Namikaze. Good question. I'm home. I run to the kitchen. I see surprised faces, well, of course, because my op was heard throughout Konoha. I run again, this time up the stairs. I run into the room, then into the bathroom, take a shower, and then run to the training ground. Hey Sasuke-kun. He flinches, turns and makes a detour. Damn, Naruto. Don't be afraid, I'm just 100% sure that now his girls are just pissing off with their Sasuke-kun. Come on Sasuke, I love you, I can't help but giggle. PF. Okay, I become serious, we came here because of the Shinigami. He said that this world is beginning to crumble, and also that I find my happiness in this world. Have you always wanted to be a girl? Do not interrupt. In short, are you also happy to some extent? Well, if you consider it happiness to see dead relatives, a dead brother whom you killed with your own hands, and friends who died in the war, then I think yes, I am happy. TCH, you can't please. Okay, then tell me how things are in the family. For example, my brothers ignore me, and my father does not want me to become a kunoichi. Idle, do not say anything. Well, I'm both good and bad. This Sasuke's character was not so hot. Now what? The character got better, didn't it? Do not interrupt. So, that Sasuke was always jealous of Itachi, and mom and dad always listened to his whims. So he was born spoiled, like this. He envied Itachi, considered other people to be cockroaches, which, not only to talk, but to look at him was impossible. Why was it? And now what has changed? These are the moments when he destroys me with a look, the most fun, although the Sharingan is not enough. Sharingan? Sasuke, do you still have the Manjikyu Sharingan or the Rinnegan? It seems that no, I do not feel them at all. Only an ordinary Sharingan with 2 tomos, and that second tomo appeared only thanks to me, otherwise he would have walked with one for a long time until he received the deepest shock. Damn, what's the habit of interrupting me, what was I talking about? About the fact that you consider other people to be cockroaches. In short, then my father noticed what I had become, and was disappointed in me. Bottom line, father ignores, mother rarely communicates, and brother is on missions all the time, he says in a calm voice, although I feel that he is offended. Nothing. You have a brother who loves you in any way. Where is he, by the way, now? You need to change the topic. I saw him at home, and then, briefly, because I was in a hurry. And you didn't even say hello? No, what a man. What will his brother think when his beloved Ototo just yesterday was impatiently waiting for his return, and today, when he is at home, Sasuke just runs past without even saying hello? Yes, he seems to be beginning to realize what a mistake he's made. And we stand like this and look skeptically at each other. I silently call him an idiot, but he, seeing this, does not even dare to deny it. For now. Sasuke, what are you doing here? At this moment, we shudder with fear. Aniki? Uchiha Itachi looked at us with a blank look, and when I looked at him, something inside me clicked. Kurama, didn't Shinigami tell me to live this life happily? I mentally turned to my friend. Well, yes, his words oozed suspicion. So, I'll start my happy life with a confession. What? Hello Uchiha Itachi. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. I love you, let's meet. Well, everyone is in shock. Although no, Itachi quickly came to his senses. I'm sorry, but I can't date you. Why does it feel like he's used to saying that to every girl almost every day? Naruto, oh, Sasuke is slowly coming to his senses. When you were talking about the person you love, did you mean Uchiha? Kurama screams inside, and something tells me that if he continues, I will go deaf. Calm down Kurama, I actually fell in love with him when I was a boy at the Tenzaku Hotel, but I couldn't tell anyone about it. Naruto, Sasuke came to his senses completely, takes my hands and takes me away from the training ground. What are you, boys? Uchiha, are you kidding me? What are the questions? Okay, Naruto, you need to calm down, calm down. Sasuke, even though I was once a boy, but now half of me is a girl and I have to become a girl completely, I say with some pride. And then, at the Tenzaku Hotel, your brother seemed perfect to me, I instantly blush. You know, knowing your character, I think you probably want to be a perfect and proud kunoichi. To be like Kushina-san, my friend says with some kind of study, yes, I always wanted you to be my brother, in our sister, he adds in a much quieter voice, but I can still hear him. Sasuke, what do you mean? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Sasuke, is that your friend? My name is Uzumaki Naruto. Nice to meet you. I am also very pleased to. Well, I guess I don't need to give my name. The guy says, but it seems to me that he has a flash of laughter in his eyes. Aniki, why are you here? Sasuke interrupts our conversation in a rough voice. Ototo, I'm worried. And lately you've been acting strange, fawn, damn it, Sasuke, nix, what are you doing? Everything seems to be written on my face, and Sasuke finds a way to get out of this situation dry. Ni-san, you've been on missions lately, but you don't have very little time. Do you notice changes in your brother? Sarcasm splashes like a river, although I noticed a note of resentment in my voice. And Itachi's gaze immediately changed to a guilty one. Interesting. Was that Sasuke's envy really that big? It's Sasuke though. But both of us understand that if one of us gets burned, no one will be left on the sidelines. He threw a menacing look in my direction, and I raised my hands up, as if to say that I would not interfere now. I'm sorry. If you want, I can train you now, Itachi said with a guilty face. You? Practice? I asked in bewilderment. You, too, Dobe, are with us, he says to me somehow too affectedly. No, I can't, Sasuke gives me a thumbs up behind his back, I also have a brother, even two. I have my own problems with them, I need to somehow solve them, but, Itachi-san, I do not refuse my words, but I will not force you. I understand that you do not love me, but I just wanted to say those words so that you know about my feelings. Okay, I understand, he nodded to me. Thank you for understanding. Well, then I'll go. Sasuke, talk to your brother. He looks at me indifferently. And I show him my fist. Otherwise, you'll get the hell out of me, I seem to look spectacular with ki, since this couple swallows in sync. Okay, he says apprehensively. Goodbye, Itachi-san, bow from my side. And I'm running home. Arriving at the house, I ask Kurama to tell me where Kyoshi is. Although he is a genin, according to my recollection, he is usually at home at this time. Ku replies that he is in his room on the second floor. When I go in there, he is lying on the bed and staring at the ceiling. A genius is also called, but he doesn't notice me. And I jump on him, causing shock on my face. Naruto, are you out of your mind? Do you want to kill me? My older brother says angrily. No, Kyoshi and I-san, are you free now? I want to go for a walk with you. And I don't like my stuff. I want something lighter. Yes, and sing ramen in Ichiraku. Wait. He covers my mouth with his hand and looks at me in shock. Well, he must be still in shock, his quiet Immortal acting like this. Anyone in his place would be shocked. You're acting strange, he looks at me suspiciously. So, you need to move the steering wheel in the other direction, but you didn't want to. Ni-san, when was the last time you and Nagato and I-san talked to me? I start sarcastically. I learned to hide some emotions a long time ago. Forgive us, Nagato and I devote very little time to you, and after you went against your father and wanted to become a kunoichi, we stopped communicating with you. Forgive us, please. It seems that he really feels guilty. Okay, it's easier for me. I will forgive you only if you fulfill my 2 requests. A ray of hope immediately appeared in his eyes. All right, ask what you want, but you're in vain. As you say, I squint slyly and it begins to dawn on him what he just signed up for. Firstly, I want to go shopping with you right now for new clothes, you pay for everything. Secondly, I want Nagato and I-san to be with us as well. Of course, you and I will catch him, but you will persuade him. He's shocked. What did you expect? You thought you'd become my slave, didn't you? I ask happily. No, what are you? You go. Take a shower, do girly things, me too. Long story short, we'll be out in half an hour. Fine. Okay, I raise my hands up, as if to say that I give up, and go into the room. Now we need to break away to the fullest. And here, Ko says that he feels like Nagato is coming here. And in the evening you need to talk with Ku. And, most importantly, come up with a plan to win the heart of one Uchihanyari. How many things, how many things. I got dressed and ran out into the yard. There were just my beloved brothers. Nagato Oni-san, you have finally returned from your mission. Kyoshi and I-san, have you talked to Nagato Oni-san? I ask, looking sternly at Kyoshi. It seems that I looked so cute that they involuntarily began to smile. Yes. Kyoshi has already enlightened me. Forgive me too. I didn't behave like an older brother either, he told me with a guilty face, if you want, I don't have missions today. I can walk with you as much as you want, and I will also buy everything you want. Hooray! But it's not my fault. She looked at them with a sly expression on her face. Okay, let's go then, Kyoshi, Naruto, Nagato said happily. These two didn't even know what they were getting into. Ku. Damn, bad habit from Orochimaru. Several hours later. They are lethargic and tired, with a large number of packages they come home. Judging by the chakras, today are those rare days when both mom and dad are at home. Oh, how they will be surprised. We're home. I shout, and the brothers look at each other and ask with their eyes, where does she have so much energy? Where would you? Our mother stops mid-sentence. What can I say? Nice picture. Nagato fell on the carpet in the hallway, Kyoshi lies on it, and I finish a sandwich, putting my foot on Kyoshi as if I had just defeated them, and not they were tired of adventures. Hi, Mom, I say in a gentle voice, we went shopping here. It was so much fun. Do you mind if we go shopping again later? No. The people lying under me cut off, and their faces express sorrow and hope for my mother's prudence. Of course, daughter, why not? My mother quickly figured out the chip, just take Minato with you next time. Fine. And the room seems to lack the phrase, just walk so that he could not stand on his feet. Of course, Mom. Your desire is my command. And I'll put everything on the line, if now our brothers do not feel that we ourselves are devils. Only one has yellow hair and the other has red hair. Is there something wrong? Our cute conversation is interrupted by the father. Two grateful and equally disappointed looks immediately look at him. Kyoshi and I-san, Nagato Oni-san, can you please put all these bags in my room? I beg them with my eyes and look at them. Good, my brothers look at me with a doomed look. I just don't understand what happened here. Father looks at the three of us in bewilderment. I'll explain everything to you now, my mother says with the look of a contented cat that has eaten sour cream, which is immediately answered by a certain suspicious look of her father. With every word from Mom, Dad's face becomes more and more elongated, and when Mom tells him that he will come with us next time, his face turns pale in an instant. Well, Minato, you said that she wouldn't become a kunoichi. She has more than enough stamina, since she was able to squeeze all the strength out of Nagato and Kyoshi, Mom says with an even more pleased look and gain. Naruto, there's something wrong with you lately, can you tell me? Father says in a stern voice. Hokage-sama, I'm fine. It's just. It pisses me off. It pisses me off about my character. It pisses me off the way they look at me if I'm just walking around. It infuriates me that in my own house they look at me even worse. It pisses me off that my siblings ignore me. It pisses me off that my own father thinks I'm weak. Everything infuriates me, so I decided to change for the better. I spread my arms to the sides and smile. I will not be what you want me to be, I will be what I see myself. And from this day on, I will change. Starting today, you will have a new Naruto with you, I proudly declare. All out. Excuse me, but I don't want to eat, I want to sleep, so I'm in the room. Good dreams, I'd better leave before they come to their senses. And yet, my room is somehow too girly. Oh well, we'll fix it. An hour later. Phew, everything is perfect. Just to my taste. Now to the inner world. Kurama, I call my friend. Naruto, what was that? On the 7th range? He begins our conversation with a menacing look. Kurama, you yourself have known for a long time, right? And don't lie to me, I know that at any time you can predict all my emotions. Perhaps you can only read thoughts at times, but you always know emotions. I won't lie, it's true. I wish you only happiness, and if you see happiness with this person, even if he is an Uchiha, I will be with you. Of course I'll kill him if he hurts you. Thanks, Kurama. I'm very happy, I hug him and feel the tears flow without my knowledge. I don't want to play a scene here now, so let's change the subject. Fine. What will you do? Your physique wants the best. Chakra control is terrible. Since the 4th didn't want you to be a kunoichi, you don't know any technique. Bottom line, the body is weak, the control is even worse, you can't create more than 2 clones. So what are you going to do? Kurama. I want to be an advanced kunoichi. What will you do with it? You know, if you just said that you just want to learn all your signature techniques, I would be disappointed, but you are unpredictable as always. Yes, I think it's a good idea. Then let's start with control, you'll go to the arenas. And then look at what elements you have. If I understand correctly, the elements of this body and your elements remain. So you will have more of them. Is it true? Hooray! I want to have lightning, then I can be as fast as I can with Hiraishin or Chidori, along with Sasuke. In short, I want lightning. Ha ha ha. Go to sleep. You will need a lot of strength tomorrow. You still need to see what's up with the Uchiha clan. All of a sudden, they're preparing a coup. Thanks for reminding me. Fine. Good night. Good night. Tomorrow will be terribly fun. They say that the morning is never good. Now I understand the essence of this phrase. It seems like yesterday my brothers decided to take revenge on me cruelly. Well, no, I'm not an early bird, and they come and throw themselves at me, shouting. Immortal, it's time to get up. How is that possible? Of course, I had to get up from a warm and soft bed. Go take a quick shower, and of course, put yourself in order. When I went into the kitchen, it was just Mom and Kyoshi. When I asked where Nagato was, I was told that the Hokage called him. At breakfast, I was told that in 6 months I would have a genin exam. If Dad were here, he would start saying that I shouldn't embarrass him. In 6 months you should at least physically become stronger. And control needs to be improved. You have a lot of work to do. Kurama said. Thanks, Ku. Then I'll send a clone to the academy. I don't think Sasuke will be offended by me if he doesn't use the clone himself. Although he's an Uchiha, he's not allowed to, I said with a chuckle. What are you going to do with a pacifist Uchiha? After his words, I hung for a minute, and then said. Kurama, tell me, is Shisui Uchiha still alive right now? I asked with hope in my voice. Well, if this Itachi of yours is alive, then the rest of the Uchihas must be alive, he said, looking at me suspiciously. I have an idea. With a satisfied smile, I went to the training ground. You know, when you say that, something very creepy is brewing, he said with a dangerous note in his voice. Perhaps, I created a clone, sent him to the academy and went to train. I worked out somewhere before lunch, and the clone's memories came to me. Sasuke looked at me with an irritable and touchy look. He said that after lunch he was waiting for me at the training ground, and gave me a mocking grin. So, I went to Ichiraku Ramen for lunch. I ate 3 servings, ate and went back to the landfill. There Sasuke was waiting for me. All so gloomy sits. What happened to you, Sasuke? And hello, I ask worriedly. Looks like I finally completely merged with my other self. Because of this, Itachi says that I'm starting to lead as before, but he looked like it would only get worse. He almost shouted the last words. Don't you know your older brother? He masterfully knows how not to show emotions. I know, but it's still not very pleasant. Hey, where is the Sasuke I know? Sasuke is an arrogant bastard, I speak from the bottom of my heart. But motherfucker. Thank you, Dobe, for the compliment, he said sarcastically. This is my Sasuke, the one I know, I say with a sincere smile. Okay, Yuzuritanki, let's move on to the main topic. Judging by the behavior of my clan, they want to arrange a coup. He looks at me indifferently. Your ideas? There is only one idea, but it is a last resort. But, I started. There will be no marriage between me and you, he said. It hurts, I want. You will marry my brother only with his consent, he interrupted me again. Stop interrupting, I shouted, I'm still the daughter of the Hokage, I must have some connections in this life, she said proudly. Don't lie, judging by the latest data, you have no connections, he looks suspiciously at me and asks. Tell me, what an emergency. You won't like him, I began hesitantly. Knowing you, the last resort is your idea. And what? I kind of want to save you. And you're here with your claims. I started to get angry. Calm down. He says calmly, but I do not calm down, so what kind of emergency? He says with a smirk showing quotes. I'll tell you only after I complete this extreme case, I return with double sarcasm. You can't be stopped, can you? That's right, Sasuke, that's right. Stubborn as always. I hope you will not get involved in something dangerous. We are silent like a fish, although I ask whom I ask. You have an amazing talent for getting into trouble where there shouldn't be any. Thanks for the compliment. Oh yes, I almost forgot. Do you have such a person in the clan named Uchiha Shisui? After my words, he barely noticeably twitched. Did I ask something wrong? Sasuke, you're pale. And now blushed. Of course, this is not the first time I see this, but this state of yours is rare. I'll ask directly. Uchiha Shisui is dead? I ask with concern. No, he's alive, his voice. He had a great desire to say other words, but if Shursui was dead, he would say directly, he doesn't like it when such things are lied to, but now he can't say me something about it? Sasuke, you're not talking about something. In short, he seems to be tired. When you see him, you will understand everything. And it's time for me. Aniki promised that I would patrol a little with him. And I almost forgot, be careful. If you need help, call, Sasuke warned me. I take it at my word, I answer him with a smirk. So what's next to do? Okay, while I go home, take a shower and go put my plan into action. There was no one at home. Mom left a note saying she went to the store. On the way, I went to my father's office. As it turned out, my assumptions were correct. Soon there will be a council of all clans on the topic. What are we going to do with the Uchiha clan? Nah, already. Okay, at least not like in my world, when Danzo and the third Hokage ordered to secretly kill everyone, and the rest did not even know about it. Then I already went to my room, combed my naughty hair, you would know how difficult it is, and went outside for my prey. Ku, do you know where he is? I can feel it moving. Judging by his path, this is a dango shop, I heard in my head. The same one? I say with glee in my voice. Yes, the same one. Thank you. I ran not very long, only about 10 minutes. But when I arrived, my goal was already there. We must hurry. Excuse me, Danzo Dano, can I talk to you a little? When I asked this, the air instantly became tense. And only now I noticed Sasuke, Itachi and some girl next to me, vaguely reminding me of someone. I need to pull myself together. Danzo is not the kind of person I would easily talk to. He can use me in ways that I don't even notice. The most problematic person of all the people with whom I agreed. And I agreed with many, Hokage, no matter how. Of course, Naruto Haim. Do you want to talk in private? His question instantly brought me back to earth. Yes, Danzo Dano. I'm sorry if I'm wasting your time. I bowed slightly in respect. Nothing. I'm just glad. Your look says quite the opposite. Do you really think that I won't notice? When we entered, I directly felt 2 pairs of menacing glances and 1 pair of interested ones on my back. Is Itachi really worried about me? The thought immediately made my heart feel so warm. Who is that girl then? In appearance, the same age as Itachi. I'm not jealous, but in appearance it is definitely an Uchiha. Okay, I'll ask later. Now the main thing is Sasuke and his dear family. I must do everything for the Uchiha clan to survive and prosper. When we entered and sat down at the table, the air was saturated with a sense of tension. Naruto Haim, what did you want to talk about? I feel like he wants to leave, but because I'm a Haim, he can't. Danzo Dano, a bird sang to me that one tree goes against a great tree. This is true? I smile sweetly, as if I'm talking about obvious things. After my words, his pupils noticeably rounded. A real diplomat. Naruto Haim, I've been old for a long time, I've been tired of talking like that for a long time. Then I'll be direct. Are you confident in the Uchiha clan? Good question. Not what we will do with it, or even, why don't we decide everything peacefully, but right to the root. What have they done that we don't believe them? Surprised, a real politician, does not answer the question, but lets me say that I know. Only here I am not a bastard. Danzo Dano, let's have one question, one answer, businesslike indifferently. Okay. You start. Why did you decide that without the Uchiha clan, everything would be fine? Because they can easily be replaced with the same Hyuga. And they didn't take the best place in Konoha, just security. Why do you want the Uchiha clan to live? Wants to know my feelings for this family. Had he already been informed of my confession to Itachi? Ha, dream. I'll answer honestly. The Uchiha clan cannot be replaced. Not with their eyes. They are a very large military force. Yes, and knowing this clan. If they began to trust someone, then they will be a mountain for him, and you immediately want to get rid of them? Who will be the executioner? Of course, I know who it is, but this information is confidential. It will be strange if I know about it. Judging by your face, you are not interested in knowing this. Oh, I forgot that I'm still too small to know this. Do you have any better ideas? You yourself should know that I will not renounce my principles to protect Konoha. I want to protect her too, but what you want to do is not the solution to all your problems. Danzodano, it looks like all the rumors about you are just fiction, I say with a slight smile. Finally, someone noticed it. I have already begun to wonder how to refute them, but do not even think that they are all invented, he says with an indifferent expression on his face. Oh, how could you think so? I think I know even more than the rest, I said with a chuckle in my eyes, noticing that he was tensing up, although, damn it, I wouldn't have noticed at all if it weren't for Kurama. Naruto-hime, I understand what you're talking about, right? I listen to you, but the final decision will not be made by me, but by the whole council, and you need to find compromising evidence. I'm glad you listened to me, Danzodano. See you soon. And hide your eyes better, otherwise, I think he understood that I would not leave him so easily, especially if it's true Sharingan. Thank you, Naruto-hime. See you soon, we bow to each other and leave. Damn, it's already evening outside, I've been talking to him for 3 hours, or what? Judging by your face, you just now noticed how long you've been sitting. Oh, here comes Sasuke. What is he doing here? Aniki told me to wait for you, and without him I would not have left this unattended. You've already gone off the rails, haven't you? I certainly understand, now you have nothing to fear, Father Hokage, Mother Hime of the Great Clan. But going up against Danzo? You didn't have enough adventures in one place? And then he started yelling at me. It's good that before that we got to the landfills, and I put up barriers, thanks to which you can't even read anything on the lips. Wow, he's been talking to me here for an hour, it looks like he went around the second circle. It is necessary to stop him somehow, otherwise if I come home too late, they will stroke my head, but definitely not with my hand. Sasuke, isn't it time for us to go home now? And then mine, and your mother will be worried, I asked timidly. Worry? You have to worry about yourself now. So where did I stop? Oh yeah, looks like I'll stay here for another hour. An hour and a half later. It was Tin. Well, Sasuke, did he scold me for himself and for Itachi? Oh well, you have to hurry home. When I went home, it flew over my head. It does not hurt. This is very painful. Even Sakura's cuffs were weaker, and my mother, it seems, even though I'm a girl, still hits with all her might. Why so long? It's almost night, Tebane. Damn, she's evil. What would I come up with? About. Mom. I walked with Itachi. Do you know that I love him? My hormones must be going through the roof right now. Although I really love Itachi, and my mother, if anything, will help. Is it true? Immediately calm down. Oh, my baby, are you talking about Uchiha Itachi? The son of the head of the Uchiha clan? I just nodded. Go quickly wash your hands and let's go eat, tell me everything. Yes. After I washed my hands and sat down in my place at the table, we started talking about everything. Of course, I told my first meeting with Itachi. When they heard it, by the way, the father is not at home, and everyone else is present, the brothers were shocked, and the mother approved. She even told how she confessed to my father. Oh yes, Mom. Why is my last name Uzumaki? If my brothers have Namikaze? I knew you would ask that someday. Well, that's actually the name given to you by Orochimaru and Jiraiya. When they found out I was having a girl, they persuaded your father to let them choose a name for you. Chosen is called Chosen. And it looks like Jiraiya chose. And on behalf of me, I decided that you would at least be an Uzumaki. So it turned out Uzumaki Naruto is a girl. It seems that it was all drunk, an evil aura immediately gathered near my mother. Looks like they got it right after that. Well, I'm not offended, I'm more used to that name. After that, we talked a little more and I went to the room to sleep. Soon there should be a meeting of the heads of the clans. Well, I think Danzo will not disappoint. My workouts went on all week. Of course, I also went to the academy so that Sasuke would not be offended. But the strangest thing is that the gathering of the heads of the clans has been going on for the second day in a row, and I was told that in 5 or 6 hours they would already be finished. Well, I'll count on Danzo. Naruto, don't sleep. You must train. Kurama yells at me. Sorry, Ku. I'm running. At the Hokage's residence. Fugaku, how dare you talk about my clan like that? Hayashi screams. Besides, my clan is much better than yours. We are more independent, though, Fugaku replies phlegmatically. And now such a skirmish has been going on for half a day. Are they little kids? Shikaka Nara and Danzo thought at the same time. Yamanaka and Akimichi don't get into children's arguments yet. The fourth one is already quite tired. The third one doesn't seem to care. Kushina sits with a satisfied look of a well-fed cat. It looks like this circus Danzo got. Stop alive. Made it louder and connected key. From this, everything turned on him with great surprise. Do you have any ideas about the Uchiha clan? Asked the third. We won't destroy them, Minato said sternly. What do I need it for at all? Now everyone looked at him with shock. Let's calmly discuss this topic, and not like grandmothers in the market. Danzo, is that really you? Third asked cautiously. Certainly. It's just that someone told me that if we destroy the Uchiha clan, the harmony will not last long, Shimura replied calmly. And who is this suicide who managed to direct you on the right path? The third said in disbelief, is he even alive? Not him, but she, this is the first thing. Second, she didn't point me in the right direction, she just said that it wasn't the solution to the whole problem. Thirdly, this is Uzumaki Naruto, she knows how to surprise. When he said this, Kushina was pleased and proud, and Minato felt a double feeling. So what do you suggest? Fugaku asked. There are many things to create a bond between you and the Hokage. For example, the prenuptial agreement. With Ki and raising hair, Kushina looks scarier than any demons. If you want, you can give us your son. My brother Kagami had a daughter, and she is like my own. I wanted to reassure Kushina Fugaku. I have 2 sons, anyone will do, Kushina said with a sweet smile. Besides, they would kill anyone who even dared to touch their little sister with a finger. Then we came to a compromise. Let's discuss the details. At the Hokage Manor. AP Hi. Nagato and Ai-san, are you sick? Why don't you go to your room with Kyoshi and Ai-san? I say in a worried voice. Do not even try. I'll still teach you everything a girl can do, Nagato says in a stern voice. So, I will explain to you from the very beginning what is going on here. When I was training, Nagato joined me. After we wanted to go home, I confessed that I didn't know how to cook and do other girlish things. It seems that he did not like it and he began to explain all this nonsense. When I asked how he knows all this, they answered that my mother takes care of the house and she learned everything from her father, and the father wanted the first son to know all this. Suddenly the same wife would come across. As a result, he now teaches me how to cook, because someday I will become a wife or mother. Ni-san, do you have a girlfriend? After my words, he blushed. It seems to be. You can see it on your face, yes. I won't ask her name, just tell me which clan she's from. After my words, he noticeably relaxed. It doesn't sound like you don't seem to be interested in it, he said. If I want, I can find out who it is at any time, I remarked, so, brother, don't hide, I'll find out who it is anyway. But I'm still too interested, so at least tell me which clan she's from, otherwise I'll think we have the same taste. Taste? Same? He said, looking at me suspiciously. Well, we are brother and sister, what if those whom we love will be from the same clan? I started to protest. Immortal, so the rumors that you love Uchiha Itachi are true, he said sternly. My feelings are still not mutual, so you don't have to worry. After my words, he relaxed, but it was not very noticeable. So who is she? Also from the Uchiha clan? He tensed up again at my words. Really? Really? And I laughed. He looked at me like I was an idiot. I don't believe that each of us falls in love with an Uchiha, I even immediately confessed to our first meeting. I'll hope that Kyoshi doesn't fall under their charm, I'll hope, I mumble under my breath with some doom in my words. Okay. You must learn to cook at least this well, and so they continued to teach me how to cook, and so on. Next day. In the morning, my father called Nagato and me into his office. When we went to his office, the whole family of the head Uchiha was sitting there. And some girl nearby, it seems, Uchiha, and Hokage. Why did you call us, father? Still, I will respect Nagato. In one sentence, he said that he was here as his son, not a jonin. He immediately understood where everything was going, but he did not seem to understand why I was here. I'm sure, Nagato, that you have already understood where everything is going, his father began in a stern voice. Yes, but why is Naruto here? She doesn't need. Ni-san, are you sure you want to marry a stranger? And please tell me the name of my brother's fiancée. I looked at the girl near the head of the Uchiha and remembered that it was she who was next to Itachi and Sasuke. Near the Dango Cafe. I'm sorry. I am the daughter of Fugaku-san's younger brother. My name is Uchiha Shursui, and yes, I am your brother's fiancée. After her words, my eyes widened slightly. Everyone present here noticed this. Uchiha Shursui? Shunshin no Shursui? She nodded and I looked at my brother. He was nervous, but I think I was the only one who noticed. Is it really you? I said, dumbfounded. What am I? She stood bewildered. My brother's girlfriend, I swallowed, and everyone looked at me with shock in their eyes. Why am I the last to know about this? What about Shursui? Sasuke said sternly and looked at the girl. Why do you even believe her? She asked indifferently. If she was lying, she would have warned me, especially now. Well, it's true, so for now, I'm on her side. How well everything turned out. If my son and Shursui-chan are already dating, I don't need to feel any remorse. And there will be no bumps from mom, I added. She herself said that she was giving her son away, he answered me. So we're giving away? We don't pick up? Well, no, really. Uchiha Nagato? Well, it's cool. What else to say? Nagato for sale. Yokohama. Not expensive. Give it back, Sasuke seems unable to choose a side, although I won't mind if you become an Uchiha too. Sasuke felt uncomfortable under Itachi's gaze. And I suddenly realized that it would be very difficult for me to melt the ice in Itachi's heart. When Sasuke noticed my look, he looked at Itachi. I don't know how, he stood with his back to me, and the sixth sense says that he will ignore him. After all, Sasuke and I are really best friends, would behave like that too if someone from my family treated him like that. But it still hurts when Itachi looks at me like that. Then we come to the decision that Namikaze Nagato becomes an Uchiha, and with that we stop the coup. Danzo voiced his voice. Hey! We say, and everyone gradually began to leave. Father, I wanted to talk to you, when everyone left and only we were left in the office. And about what? He asked. I want to become Danzo's student, I said at once. No, he answered curtly. Hokage-sama, I also wanted to ask you for an apprenticeship with Uzumaki Naruto. Danzo Dano approached this time. We persuaded him for about 15 minutes and the final answer was consent. Okay, Minato gritted his teeth. Then I want our classes to start tomorrow, Danzo said and left. We were alone in the office. My father got up from his chair and walked over to me. Suddenly he hugged me and said, I'm sorry. I know that you won't forgive me for ignoring you all the time. But I'll say it anyway. I'm sorry. After his words, everything warmed up inside me. The other me was always waiting for these words from him, and the other me always wanted parental hugs. All the stress that I had accumulated came out and I cried on my dad's shoulder. When I was crying, Dad took us home and I cried from the bottom of my heart. It seems that when we got home, the others hugged me as well. She didn't even notice when she passed out. When I woke up, my eyes hurt. I went into the bathroom and freaked out. There are bruises under the eyes themselves are red, only there are not enough points for the Sharingan. After the bath, I looked better, but far from perfect. Also, my head hurts. Naruto, come down, we need to talk, Kurama said. Ku? I called as I got down. How are you? He asks. Everything is fine. Just think, hysteria, with whom it does not happen. After my words, he got angry. Simple hysteria. You understand that from a simple hysteria, all your chakra, just like mine, splashed out. The chakra channels grew and almost burst. Because of this, I had to treat them quickly. And this is simple hysteria. He shouts at me. Stop. Why didn't I feel anything? I asked. Your mother turned you off, for which many thanks to her, he answered me more calmly, but because of this splash, the seal was partially destroyed. Your father thought that I would go out, but this did not happen and he thought it was at least strange. So it's up to you to choose, lie to them or tell the truth. After his words, I was scared. If I tell, they might say that I am no longer their daughter, but if I lie, not only will they immediately recognize the lie, but I myself will be sick of it. I just found a family and lying to them is the last thing I want. It seems you already know what to say. But before I go, I'll tell you one thing. That girl didn't die. Who? Who could I have killed? The Naruto that came before us. You merged with her, which means that you are half of her. She is not dead, she lives with you. Even now. This is true? Of course, he says this not only to reassure me, but also so that later I would say this to my parents and reassure them already. Thanks, Ku. What would I do without you? Come on, biped, was he embarrassed? Haha, after all, Kurama is my friend and at the same time my redhead schizophrenia. I went. When I was about to enter the kitchen, I heard. Good luck. My heart immediately warmed up and with my head held high, I opened the door. Naruto, you have to eat for now, then we will start talking, the father began, but first, are you okay? I don't want to disturb my family. I'm fine. I held up my finger like Lee or Guy Sensei and everyone smiled at me. By the way, only father and mother are in the room, there are no brothers in the room. After we had eaten and cleared the dishes, we sat down at the table and I began to talk. I told the whole story of my life, although it was difficult, I had to tell about myself in a woman's face. After the story, we all sat and they considered my words. What happened to our Naruto? Mom asked. We merged with her, she is me, I am she, I said, watching their reaction. After my words, they noticeably relaxed. Forgive me, please, they turned to me with a surprised expression on their faces. If you want, I can get away from here, I'm old enough to be on my own, and they hugged me without thinking and said, "No, it's our fault. We always ignored that Naruto, we saw that she was trying, but we spent all our strength on our sons. It is we who must ask for forgiveness," my mother said. "Mom, Dad, do you know what I missed so much?" They looked at me questioningly. Just one word and I felt better. This me and that me never wanted to tell someone about my weakness, but I always wanted to complain to someone, hug, speak out, but as always there is one but. I was alone. After my words, they looked at me so guilty. I think they understand that there is their fault in what happened. And I cried, but I was calmer than yesterday. Still, I'm glad that even that they loved me. Of course, it will take time for them to accept the new me, but we have it. After all, my parents told me to go to the room. When I came out and got up, my brothers hugged me. After 5 minutes of such an embracing pose, they let me go and each went to his room, it seems, to think. I entered the room and immediately turned back to the bathroom. Still, I can't be in this state for long. It's been about half an hour. I went back to the kitchen and was greeted with smiles on my face. I couldn't help answering. "Damn, I forgot. Dad, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about Danzodano." She looked at him guiltily. "Don't worry, I told him that your classes will start tomorrow, and now there's half a day left until the evening. I signed you up for Irenen, go." After dinner I left the house. I had to run. When I arrived at the hospital, I was told that I would have a personal teacher. When I went to his office, I wanted to guess who it was. I certainly didn't expect to see him here. "Ku, so you are the very daughter of the Hokage. My name is Orochimaru. I am absolutely not happy to meet you." As always, it is in his manner to talk like that. "Hello. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. Should I call you Orochimaru-sensei from now on? I have a great desire to call his overgrown snake, but I need his trust. I'm glad he didn't become a crazy scientist like in that world." "You can call it whatever you want," he said dismissively. "So, your training will begin today. Practice will be in the afternoon. I still don't understand how you agreed to train with that one-eyed man. Now about your skills. We need to tighten up your chakra control. I'll tell you right away, with your amount of chakra, it will be very difficult to become an Irenen. You need to practice, practice and practice again. Now you are a complete zero. Not only to cure, you probably don't know how to make bandages now. No matter how hard you try, it won't work on me. I have chosen a goal for myself and I will go to it by any means. This is my ninja way." After my words, he looked at me with interest. Speaking of his words, I really can't cure anyone right now, but I can tighten the bandages and I can provide first aid. If you're so sure about that. I completely forgot, he said faintly, along with the control of the chakra, you will learn all this colossus. The theory will be very big. How do you think you'll manage? His words were sarcastic, but I'm not going to give in. You heard my words. Even if I have to read 1,000 books, I will not back down. Not to read, but to learn, even more malice. Doesn't matter. No difference, I'll still be on my own. Hororo, he seemed to be amused by my answer, then let's go to my office. Today I will give you the books you need to learn by tomorrow. We went into his office. He gave about 2 books and not just any, but 150 pages each. Is he kidding me? When he saw my look, he laughed and said that by tomorrow I should read everything, I should learn it in 3 days. It's still not enough, but I have to get stronger, and everything as quickly as possible. So I ran home, it's good that no one was at home, and read these books all evening until nightfall. I read everything, but I only understood half of it. When I left the room, I went to the kitchen to have dinner. I completely forgot about it. I saw dinner on the table and a note, "You are you. Forgive us for everything." After that, I felt so good. My brothers, of course, will not be able to fully accept me, but just like with my parents, we have time. The Namikaze Uzumaki family will become a family again, even much stronger than before. And I'm not Naruto Uzumaki if I don't do this. This morning was calm. When I woke up, I washed my face and went to breakfast. After breakfast, my father told me that I should go to Danzo. Right now I am standing in one of the training grounds next to which the river flows and listening to what the venerable elder is telling me. Since at the moment, chakra control is not enough for you to even stand on the water, we will learn the theory, so remember everything clearly and clearly. In the early days, let a clone come here, but after a month you should have enough control to walk on water. Then you and I will begin the practice. Well, everything is logical. And so I listened to him for about 2 hours, after which I ran home for dinner. Is it just me, or did it all happen too fast? I asked Ku mentally as I entered the house. Well, besides being your teacher, he probably has a lot of work to do. He can spend only about 2 or 3 hours on you. Replied the Nine-Tails. Maybe you are right. Agreed with the fox. I'm home. Oh Naruto. So, how do you like Danzo's first lesson? Mom asked. Nothing special. He simply said that the next month would be only theory, and only then practice. I answered her. Let me guess. Not hello, not yet. Clear, fast, informative. Right? Mom said in a strange way. I guessed. A lot of work? Asked what Kurama told me. And do not say. We can say that part of the work is taken by the elders, and since Danzo also has a root, he has more work to do. Are you in the hospital now? Yeah. Still, yesterday Orochimaru said that I can entrust clones with reading books, information is remembered faster, but when he works, he must personally be there and observe everything. He says that in this way I will understand those moments that are sometimes incomprehensible in textbooks. Both Danzo and Orochimaru want my chakra control to improve in about a month, at the end I have to make 50 clones already. By the way, now I can only make 10 clones, and then I spend half of it so that only 1 clone goes to the academy. So the training remains. It's true. Okay. You eat. After dinner, I said goodbye to my mother and went to the hospital. On the way, I felt Sasuke's chakra and thought that there was still time, maybe we could chat. Sasuke, hi. What are we doing? I asked a friend. Oh Naruto, I was just looking for you. Let's go talk. What about me? I thought I had 30 minutes. And what did you want to talk about, Sasuke-sama? I asked. No kidding. Are your workouts that you currently using helping? I'm not just talking about the fact that chakra control is increasing, but also about physical fitness. He asked. If I didn't know him well, I wouldn't have heard the note of fear. So everything is serious. When you said this, then yes, how much I have been training until the control has increased by an inch, it's strange. Physical fitness is also lame, but I thought that this was due to the fact that I am a girl. I answered and then I heard. I think I understand what's going on. I heard Ku. And in what? After our 5-minute conversation, in which Sasuke was silent and waiting, I said. Sasuke, listen carefully. When he looked at me, I continued, looks like we need a new training regimen. After my words, he frowned. Why us? Okay, you're a girl, but why should I? It seems that the whole thing is not only in our bodies, but also in our souls. Look, now each of us is almost a new person. I'm not Uzumaki Naruto, who was the hero of the 5 nations, and at the same time, I'm not the girl that was before me. I am a new person, a fusion of 2 souls, plus this body is not the one I used, which means that other training is needed. After all, Yamato-san and Kakashi-sensei came up with those trainings for me together, and it seems to you Orochimaru. I think that's why there is no progress. I finished. It's clear. How all this is, as Shikamaru would say, problematic. And do not say, well, Itachi can help you with this, and my brothers can help me. After my words, his mood cheered up. It seems that your relationship has returned to normal. He looked at me strangely. I told you, seeing my puzzled look, he explained. That the souls merged, their own, one might say, past life to parents and Itachi. When he said that, I stepped closer and looked at him intently. Don't worry, they accepted me. He smiled so happily that stones fell from my shoulders. It seems that Sasuke and I are similar in this, we cannot lie to our relatives for a long time. I told you too. Now it's his turn to look at me intently. The consequences are the same, although the final result takes time. How is Itachi? After my question, he looked at me mockingly. It also takes time, but we began to communicate more often and train too. How did you decide to win my brother? If so, I'm on your side. Don't you feel sorry for him? She immediately asked him. You could say it's my revenge. He made a decision without my knowledge and died. Why can't I do the same and marry him without his knowledge? His gaze was determined, and he himself was serious, although his voice was mocking. Well then, listen to my ingenious plan, which we will carry out in 5 years. Seeing his puzzled look, she added, now he simply won't be interested in me, because if he feels something, it will be perceived by him only as sisterly feelings. My voice was a little sad. Are you giving up? Asked this Casanova. No. But in order to pacify the beast, you need to control his instincts. He must get used to the fact that I will be there, and not perceive me as a younger sister. I immediately expressed my feelings. Of course, I am sure that such confessions are said to him almost every day, so that his thoughts are occupied with me at least a little. You enter the game. Tell him about me, say that we are best friends, that you would like me to be your sister. Only near Fugaku-san and Mikoto-san do not overdo it, otherwise they will marry us. Well, you understand. And really brilliant. I can't even believe you came up with all this. Okay, I'll do as you say. Anyway, because of the training, we will see each other much more often. There is something else I would like to tell you. After his words, he became very thoughtful. I did not stop him. I, Uchiha Sasuke, swear allegiance to Uzumaki Naruto, the future Hokage. Got down on one knee and said these words. I was confused. With these words, Sasuke showed me that he wants to see me as Hokage, but why? Seeing my face he said. Do not lie to me. You still want to be Hokage. And it seems that this feeling became many times stronger due to the fact that Naruto also wanted to become her, right? He looked kindly, like a man who knows me well. Yes, I had to give up. Maybe last time I was him, but it was not the right decision. Everyone was so immersed in the losses of that time that they simply chose me to be Hokage, since Ba-chan could no longer be one when Shizun died. Our eyes instantly became glassy. We both remembered those days when each family had its own grief. I remembered, I also need to Orochimaru. Crap. Sasuke, I'm sorry, I have to go to the hospital or I'll be late. Did you want to become an Irionen? When I nodded, he said, I think it will only be better for you, you can improve your chakra control. See you then. We went in opposite directions from us. It's good that I was not late and arrived on time. Of course, they scolded me anyway, saying that you need to come to the second lesson 10 minutes earlier. I nodded. Orochimaru gave me the books again, warning me that in 3 days he would ask for these. Then he told me to be there today and watch how he works. I nodded and the whole evening was like his shadow. Kabuto loomed nearby, we talked with him, a very good conversationalist. I watched how a professional works and tried to remember those moments from the book that I read yesterday. This is how the evening went. Somewhere in the night, after a good dinner and a shower, I lay on my bed and thought. But Sasuke was right. That's why sometimes I felt like I was forgetting something. My dream that was bright in the past. A dream that two souls wanted so badly. And so this is my dream. I think this time it will be much more difficult to become Hokage due to the fact that I'm a girl, but who said that the Uzumaki give up? Then it's decided. I am Uzumaki Naruto, I will become Hokage. POV past. One job. When was the last time I had dinner with my family? Oh yeah, when Naruto told us her secret. I remember we had a family meeting after her. Flashback. And what do you think? Nagato asked. She didn't lie. I immediately answered. How do I know? It's just. I feel it. This is a no-brainer. My wife interrupted me sharply. I think we are the only ones to blame in this situation. I know about your plan, guys. The woman's eyes were burning with fire, the hair behind her back was developing, she was furious. My sons and I swallowed at the same time. Speaking of our plan. This is true. When Naruto was little, it was noticeable that she would be too soft, quiet and fearful girl, but at the same time, with the obstinacy of Uzumaki, she wanted to become Hokage. I knew that with such a character, she would not become one, even if she became a shinobi. Well, I asked my sons to just ignore her. They simply could not behave like me, because they love her too much, but they understand that this is necessary. In this way, she will become more skilled in character and will be able to learn to understand who can be trusted and who cannot. Are you completely already? The bloody habanero continues to yell at us. Your plan was simply idiotic. Couldn't think of anything better? Or do you use your brains only when you need to? Couldn't they have come up with a better plan? To be near her, to watch her, to teach the mind to reason. Yes, and I, an idiot, was waiting for the result of your plan, and did nothing. By the end of the dialogue, her voice became quieter. She calmed down, even though her ki trembled. Forgive us, Kushina. We didn't think that she would try to die from all this. My voice trembled at the last word. But you don't know how to think at all. Say thank you that it was at that moment that a soul from another world came to her, or else, there was no need to continue further. Yes, we did something stupid, Kyoshi said. I wanted Amato to become stronger, to have an inner core. Even if I ignored her, I still followed her when I had free time. And I was puzzled when her character changed so dramatically. For some 2 months, during which I could not look after her, she changed so dramatically. When I asked Nagato, he said that he had not followed her for a month and a half and we were both puzzled. Either before that she hid her character, or this is not our Amato at all, we thought. But according to all the information, it was her, and she could not hide her character since childhood. So we didn't know what to do. And then she called us for shopping. By the end of his dialogue, silence fell in the room. Everyone thought about their own. For example, I thought about what the hell, how could I notice so late that her look had changed? It was noticeable even that evening when she yelled at me. But no, I did not pay attention, because I was glad that she had finally begun to give change. Here's an idiot. I decided. Seeing our eyes on her, Kushina began, whatever she is my daughter. From another world or from this, she remains my daughter and no one else. And if you, louts, will not be on her side, I will not only flog you, hell will seem like paradise to you. She almost hissed at the end. Mom, we love Naruto. And if at least someone touches her, he will not be happy. Of course, Nagato and I don't have a great relationship with her now, but who says that this cannot be changed? We were given a second chance, we will use it. Nagato just nodded. He's not as talkative as Kyoshi, father. I love her. Whoever she is, she remains dear to me, my blood, her legacy. You know, Kushina, once the toads told me that if I have a daughter, give her to them. Seeing her displeased look, I continued, do not interrupt. Maybe we can raise boys, but we will 100% have problems with a girl. At these words, Nagato and Kyoshi nodded, as if saying, they say, we endured everything because we are boys, but Naruto is a girl, so, maybe I will have much less time to be with her than you. I hope you manage. Well, I don't think there will be time for that. Judging by her plans, she will spend all her time on training. Nagato raised his voice. No problem. Kushina said. Seeing my questioning look, she continued, I can start teaching her Fuinjutsu. I won't be able to teach much, but I can still give all the books for learning. Even the ones that Mito-sama left me. I think this knowledge will not be superfluous. And you will have the opportunity to teach her Hirashina, right? Kushina asked me. No. It's too early for her to learn such techniques, I replied with displeasure. Oh, better just say that you feel sorry for giving away your best technique. With her arsenal. It can be said that she already has a good command of Irian Ninjutsu. She knows many wind techniques, with her teachers, a very good experience from a past life, so for sure she knows the Rasengan. To this you can add my training in Fuinjutsu, and then we ask you to teach her Hirashina. One skill alone makes her a great shinobi, but she didn't stop there. Plus, she wants to be the best at it before the end of the Chunin exams. And it will be oh so difficult. She finished thoughtfully. And I could not answer anything, because everything she said was true. Yes, okay. Then we all decided. After our nods, she continued, then Nagato, Kyoshi, to your rooms. Minato, did you have business to attend to? And I'll stay clean in the kitchen. Typed her words. Hey. We answered, and after a few minutes Kushina was left alone in the kitchen to clean up after us. End of flashback. And after that, Kushina mocked us, it was just awful. Then she forgot to cook breakfast/lunch/dinner for us, and this after missions/training/work was just awful. And all this went on for about 3 weeks. But I'm glad that the relationship with Naruto is getting back to normal. End POV Minato. Third person POV. Sitting in a stuffy office, the Yondaime Hokage smiled at something. And even though lately his wife was rumored to be angry with him and his sons for some unknown reason, he walked incredibly pleased. Third person POV end. POV Sasuke. Sasuke, you're getting better and better, Itachi says. Thanks, Aniki, Sasuke said. Now we have training with Itachi. We are learning how to throw kunai/shuriken/senbon. Well, if you can call it training, it's more like an interrogation. So you're not the strongest in the class? Itachi asked in surprise. No, we can say that now we are on an equal footing, I answered thoughtfully. With her? Are you talking about Naruto? Itachi asked curiously, have you seen her? She is said to have become Danzo's student now. And the fact that she is led by Orochimaru. When did you meet her? Hm. As if I should tell you this, with one word I showed him all my indignation. Okay. I'm sorry, Ototo, Itachi answers with a smile at the corners of his lips. By the way, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Uchiha Sasuke. I am the youngest son of the head of the Uchiha clan. I have a wonderful older brother, Itachi. If only he understood his own feelings, he would not be worth the price. A wonderful mother who will always understand me and a father with whom we have a neutral relationship now, but I'm not the same Sasuke who I was 3 months ago. No matter how stupid it sounds, but 3 months ago, I died and was reborn. If the fact that my soul is connected with the soul of a boy can be called a rebirth. The fact that I died somehow did not surprise me, I had long been ready for death. My only regret is that I died before Naruto. How could I die before this dunce? If he had held out for at least a few minutes, the Uzumaki would have come running and... well, at least they would have died together. Do you know why I'm so worried about this? When we were drunk, Uzumaki and I argued that, whichever of us dies first must fulfill the conditions. If he loses, he should not eat ramen for a year, then I should not eat tomatoes for a year, and all dishes made from tomatoes. I don't know what we were thinking at the time. After all, if one of us dies, we will not be able to fulfill the condition, or ask Orochimaru to resurrect us. After all, Edo-sensei is a convenient thing, but anyway, it was a stupid argument. But in this case, this argument is just the way, and he is not on my side. How can you not eat tomatoes for a whole year? Year? I cannot stand. Yes, and even all the dishes made from them. It's good that because she was drunk, he doesn't remember anything, but I'm sure it's temporary. Uzumaki has such a feature that he remembers his drunken parties at the most inopportune time for this. And soon she will remember and will watch me around the clock. I won't even be surprised if every salesman tells me they've run out of tomatoes. Although she cannot speak with the townspeople herself, after all, they think she is a demon, her father is the Hokage, and my brother and Shursui will definitely help her. I will hope for the best. And one more thing, about Naruto's idea, about Itachi. She didn't need it. My brother is interested in her himself, and casually asks about her preferences, but since she is now loaded with training, they cannot meet. Of course, I immediately realized that my brother was simply interested in the fact that after he rejected her, Naruto lagged behind him. Others do not leave even after such refusals, but become even more assertive, and she is my best friend. But the brother does not even think that this is the plan of this cunning fox. I myself do not know her whole plan, because what she told me is only part of it. And the fact that she was able to become a student of Danzo says a lot. Although I was against it. This slippery type will be worse than Orochimaru, and this is an achievement. What are you thinking about, Ototo? Itachi lowered me to the ground. In training, you can't think about too much. I can say the same thing. I returned the hairpin. By the way, Aniki, why did you call me? I asked, because he brought me here so abruptly. What do you mean why? I wanted to train with you, he answered in bewilderment. Hm. Do I look like an idiot? Although, you can pretend to believe. Fine. Then show some technique of our clan, and, of course, benefit from it. Ugh you. I from Naruto took the habit of looking for profit in everything. She's just a monster though. Why do I feel like I've been outwitted? If I hadn't stood so close to Itachi, I wouldn't even have heard his whisper. You know, these kinds of conversations have been much more frequent lately. Who would have known at first how hard it was to get used to living parents, to living Aniki, but about the fact that Shursui is a girl. It was a shock for me. Because of all this, my parents noticed a change in me. As Naruto once said, you and I cannot lie to our relatives. Do not finish, yes, but lie, no. I could not help but tell them, and the fact that I merged with another myself contributed to this. Only Kami saw how hard it was for me to wait for their decision. Mom just hugged me and said, I'm sorry. My father was shocked, but he liked the changes in my character, so this will remain between us. And Aniki? He was in shock, began to blame himself for the fact that I died. If not for Shursui-san, he would have continued to blame himself. And so. First he began to analyze my character, casually ask, and after each answer for several seconds was in thought. At the end, he simply said, whatever you are, you remain my Ototo. I will love you anyway. After his words, we began to communicate and train more. He came up with a training program for me. After all, geniuses are not called beautiful eyes. Now we can say that control has become much better. Taijutsu has become at the level of an average chunin, ninjutsu, well, I learned most of the clan's techniques. But the most important thing is working with the Sharingan, that is, working with the subconscious. Shursue-san helped me in many ways. She is simply a master in this, even if you don't count her Mangekyo. Although she uses it very rarely, she noticed that her eyesight is falling. In the past, Sharingan I spent little time and there were many reasons for this. Firstly, I did not have a teacher. Orochimaru does not count, he just did not know all the details, and even if I had family scrolls, they helped me completely. Secondly, I paid all my attention to Kenjutsu and Ninjutsu. The Sharingan was just to read the movement, well, to observe, in extreme cases, and other unimportant reasons. I did not see such a strong weapon in this, only in Mangekyo. It contained fearsome martial-grade techniques. So I thought, but when I think about it now, the Sharingan can be used in many ways, and the Mangekyo can be used even more. I feel like an idiot, but I remember one of our conversations with the Dobe. They really helped me. Secondly, I paid all my attention to Kenjutsu and Ninjutsu. The Sharingan was just to read the movement, well, to observe, in extreme cases, and other unimportant reasons. I did not see such a strong weapon in this, only in Mangekyo. It contained fearsome martial-grade techniques. So I thought, but when I think about it now, the Sharingan can be used in many ways, and the Mangekyo can be used even more. I feel like an idiot, but I remember one of our conversations with the Dobe. They really helped me. Secondly, I paid all my attention to Kenjutsu and Ninjutsu. The Sharingan was just to read the movement, well, to observe, in extreme cases, and other unimportant reasons. I did not see such a strong weapon in this, only in Mangekyo. It contained fearsome martial-grade techniques. So I thought, but when I think about it now, the Sharingan can be used in many ways, and the Mangekyo can be used even more. I feel like an idiot, but I remember one of our conversations with the Dobe. The Sharingan can be used in many ways, and the Mangekyo can be used even more. I feel like an idiot, but I remember one of our conversations with the Dobe. The Sharingan can be used in many ways, and the Mangekyo can be used even more. I feel like an idiot, but I remember one of our conversations with the Dobe. Flashback. There were two men in Konoha looking out over the village from the Hokage Rock. "Hey, team, I've wanted to ask for a long time," the blonde man with sky-blue eyes began. "HM?" With an interrogative intonation said a brunette with eyes as black as night. "What abilities do the Rinnegan and the Eternal Mangekyo have, apart from the well-known ones?" Konoha's most unpredictable ninja asked with curiosity in his eyes. I don't know," the Uchiha replied with a shrug. Naruto had a face like he was seeing his friend for the first time just from a different angle. At the end, he broke down and burst out laughing. 10 minutes later. "I just can't believe you don't know the true power of those eyes," the seventh Hokage asked with a serious look after nervous laughter. "I'm not interested," the former renegade snapped. "I never thought I'd tell you this, but you underestimate them. The power of these eyes is not to copy. After all, they do not copy very well, because you will not know the whole process. This is a huge minus, but I'm not talking about that. The real power of these eyes is in the subconscious and in illusion. Remember Itachi, he could pull them in with one finger," Uzumaki said with pain in his eyes. "I'm strong without it. There is no limit to skill, just like there is no perfection," Naruto said to Sasuke. "When are you leaving again?" "Tomorrow early in the morning," I said thoughtfully. "Good luck." Naruto smiled, but not as brightly as in the past. End of flashback. She seems to have loved Itachi back then. I never thought that she would understand the power of my clan dojutsu before me, but now I am eagerly learning all the scrolls that seemed boring to me before. Why am I still surprised though? Naruto has always been ahead of me in this. If she didn't love my brother, I would tell her that I love her, but when I think about it now, I think that she would refuse me. saying that I do not love her, but love another person. This person seemed gray to me in the past. Well, it seems I was blind, because now it seems to me that she is like a flower. Gentle, as understanding as Naruto, but she only understands me. In some ways we are similar. She was always considered worse than a sister, I was considered worse than a brother. For the first time in my life, I think I'm in love. As Naruto said, "You Uchiha, I will never fully understand, but I think I am the only one who could accept you for who you are. You are contradictory to yourself. Each of you is unique, special, but in one you are all alike. You are on the fine line between evil and good. All. You. And all of you are monogamous, fall in love once in a lifetime, but you love just as much as you hate. In my own way. With all my heart. Feelings. That's what I like most about you," she said with great amusement. For me, Naruto has always been the son. First as a friend. Then brother. Now sister. If Aniki refuses her, I won't forgive him. I will hate him. Not like in the past. And as Naruto said, standing between good and evil. I will love him with all my feelings as an older brother and hate with all my heart who betrayed my best friend. Controversial. As she said, "Ototo, let's go home. To dine is home, as I have rarely been told. Only Naruto and Sakura. All. I may be a bastard, but I will protect my friends, relatives, loved ones. This time I have a chance, and I'm not going to break it, as I did before. I am an Uchiha. Much I will love like tomatoes. Much to hate and curse. It's nothing you can do. But I do not care. I have a brother, a loved one, and a friend who will accept me for who I am. I'm going." This morning started with a scream from my older brother, Kyoshi. It's a pity that Nagato was not at home, would have mocked, played with him, but it's a little boring. As soon as Kyoshi got up and looked at the time, he ran away, grumbling something about bad Amato who couldn't wake up early and stupid alarm clocks. And I, in high spirits, went to breakfast in the company of my mother and father. By the way, today is the genin exam, although these are minor things. "Naruto, you can't bully your own older brother," my mother reproached me. "Sometimes I think you can," my father said softly. "Only my father understands me," I said with tears in my eyes. "I need to be an actor, such a talent is wasted." "That's right," Mom laughed. "Naruto," my father began seriously, and instantly I became serious too. "Today you have a genin exam, I believe in you and I am sure that you will pass," said the father with a gentle look. "Come home early, we will congratulate you and," the father stopped for a moment, "we will have a conversation." "Understood, I don't know what he wants to talk to me about, but I don't think it will be something against me." "Now go," Mom said softly, "and show everyone who the Uzumaki are, Tebane," she finished enthusiastically. "I won't let you down, Tebeo," I said as I cleared away the dishes. I went. "Good luck." My parents wished in unison. With a smile on my lips, I ran to the training ground. The exam will be a little later, and during this time I have to talk with Sasuke. Behind my thoughts, I did not notice how my face gradually became serious. When I approached the training ground, there was a brunette with a gloomy face. "Team, what happened again?" I asked with a wicked smile. "If it's about tomatoes, then it's not my fault. You yourself lost the argument." "Are you kidding me?" Sasuke hissed like a snake. "A whole year without tomatoes, and after all, only a week has passed. My mother is already looking at me as if I were sick when I said that I would not eat tomatoes. Ha ha ha. Thank you for not telling Itachi and Shursui about this, they would have made fun of you for a long time." "Better not tell them any further," he said with a withering look. "Well, I do not know. Naruto." Okay. I will not tell them this, she raised her hands. Fully. What, completely? Speak fully. Your it can mean many things, the Uchiha replied sarcastically. Oh, okay. I'm Uzumaki Naruto, I'm not going to tell them that you can't eat tomatoes for a whole year. That's better, and he turned away from me. Sasuke, how naive you are. If I don't say it to Itachi with Shursui, it doesn't mean that I won't say it to Nagato, and Shursui will already know from him. So, you got it, my friend. By the way, I remembered this dispute only a week ago, when I was in the library and read the history of the shinobi world, where it differed from mine, but in general I learned about this from Ku and learned something else. Sasuke, a week ago I learned from Ku about the past. After my words, he turned to face me. Barrier? Eat. So what did you find? Come on, you first. Fine. I think everything changed when you were born. On the day you were born, the Nine Tails was taken under control, and he began to destroy everything that gets under his paw. On this day, your parents survived, and thanks to this, Minato-san remained Hokage. I think that's all the changes. Now you. I don't know if this is true or not, but Ku and I have a theory. During the battle between Hashirama and Madara used Ku during the battle. Ku said that he did something to his mind, after which he began to look like a madman, and every year he began to look like an animal. Here Madara felt strange, I finished sarcastically. And? Judging by his face, he didn't understand. And what? This is not an answer to why on the day of the attack it was so easy to stop him and reseal him. Why do you think when Nagato and Kyoshi were born, Ku didn't go out of print? I don't know how Nagato was born, because my mother was young at that time, even too young, but when Kyoshi was born, nothing strange happened, and suddenly it was on the third pregnancy that Ko came out, only with someone else's help, but in our time he could go out on his own during pregnancy. Of course, he had to pick up the moment, but he couldn't. Strong print? But why in our time could not do the same? Mom has a strong will so that Ku cannot get out, yes, even the strongest woman cannot give birth and at the same time stop the demon. This is impossible. We concluded that Ku was insane. He was like an animal that wanted freedom. At first, he tried to be adequate, but the Sharingan, especially the Manjikyu, was too much for him. And now do you think who is easier to manipulate? With a Biju who has brains, he knows when he has a chance to get out, or with an animal, sorry Ku, who wants to get out every second and just gives up in time. He simply does not have the strength. And here he is again subjugated, only all these subordinations completely destroyed the psyche of the past Nine Tails, he no longer had a desire for anything. It was more convenient for my parents to quickly seal it into me. But why me? And Kyoshi? Nagato? This is what I want to know from my father today. Tonight, I finished my theory. Only all these submissions finally destroyed the psyche of the past Nine Tails, he no longer had a desire for anything. It was more convenient for my parents to quickly seal it into me. But why me? And Kyoshi? Nagato? This is what I want to know from my father today. Tonight, I finished my theory. Only all these submissions finally destroyed the psyche of the past Nine Tails, he no longer had a desire for anything. It was more convenient for my parents to quickly seal it into me. But why me? And Kyoshi? Nagato? This is what I want to know from my father today. Tonight, I finished my theory. Not bad, is that all you can say? However, the question also comes up, why in our time, the Kyuubi has not gone crazy? Luck, she replied tiredly. Lady Luck turned her face to my kurama, and her ass, I finished sarcastically and annoyed. Beautiful, probably, got it. Even with such small changes, you can change the whole world, he said thoughtfully. And that's right. I've been thinking. Nagato, he said with some irritation in his voice. I am 80% sure that he is not your brother. Ah, you're talking about it. I know. I just shrugged. Why yes, he replied. So, now the most important thing. What have you already come up with? And don't you dare lie to me. Fine. Just listen carefully, I quickly replied. And don't even think about evading the answer, you won't get. Stop. What? He answered dumbfounded. I said okay, I answer, barely holding back my laughter. You should have seen his face. With a barely noticeable open mouth, and this is the same for him, how to open his mouth completely, just as barely noticeable raised eyebrows and rounded eyes. No, this is how I saw him, but everything is ruined by red cheeks and trembling shoulders, from anger? I couldn't help it and laughed. 5 minutes later. Tell me, he demanded. Okay, I answered with a still satisfied face, but my face instantly became cold and detached. Plans for the future. Firstly, the Genin exam, well, the fact that we will pass it is understandable. It is also clear that we will be on the same team. Still, we are already a close-knit fighting deuce, but I don't know who will be the third. The mentor will be Kakashi, this is also understandable. Are there any candidates? He asked. I told you not to interrupt. When he raised his hands, I continued. Actually there is. There are 2 of them. Choose how you want. Pink-haired beast or cute shy? Answer quickly, you have 1 second. Dear Shy, as soon as he realized what he said and to whom he said, he blushed. Circle today in red on the calendar. 2. Raz. See red. Uchiha. Uchihu. Yes. And the fact that the first time, from anger, and the second, from embarrassment, does not bother anyone. Right? Right. Everything is clear with you, I just have to say, oh, Lyubov, right? I said mockingly. Are you kidding me? You are reading my mind? Sasuke, how could you? Seeing his face starting to irritate my words, I fell silent. Okay. I am silent. That's better. Continue. You told me to be quiet. I immediately put on an innocent face. Naruto. The guy hissed. So, irritated. Okay, I'll continue. So, we have 2 candidates, Sakura and Hinata. There are more chances for Sakura, but this is if the father, when choosing teams, will take into account only our characteristics, and if he also takes into account the attitude of the clans, then we will have Hina. Relations of clans? Right. I have no idea, but for some reason the Inuzuka clan and the Hyuga had a fight. There is some story with the Ninkans, like they destroyed the Garden of the Head. Where do these details come from? The only thing I could find out from my father was that the Hyuga didn't like the way the Inuzuka and their dogs entered their clan so easily. And no one could have known about the garden if they hadn't seen everything with their own eyes, he said suspiciously. I give up. She raised her hands. It's just that I accidentally left the meat in the head's garden when the Ninkans passed by. And for some reason, accidentally, at that very moment the head was at home, and absolutely accidentally, the smell of this meat was very strong. And, of course, accidentally, the meat was raw. Do you think I'm an idiot? He said sarcastically. Well, I wouldn't want Sakura on our team. She, of course, will be an excellent physician in the future, but I can catch up with her. Of course, I don't think that I will have the same call as her, the so-called special for treatment, but who said that foxes do not know how to treat? Foxes? Don't you have toads? Sasuke asked incredulously. This is the call of Uzumaki, in other words, mother. I accidentally discovered it when I wanted to see what kind of stamps my mother can make. I looked and tried to break it. Broke? He mockingly asked. After all, I was far from my mother. No, but Kyoshi and I-san said it was a fox call. No idea how he knew that. Sasuke didn't answer, it was a rhetorical question. So. I think it's more likely that Hinata will be with us. Well, that's the first plan. The next one, can you become stronger for the Chunin exam? Stupid question. I just have to use the Sharingan perfectly. I left the hardest part for last. Well, you're Sasuke. And yourself? Well, I think after the exams, Orochimaru-sensei said that I could pass the C rank exam, and before the Chunin exam, I could upgrade to B rank. Damn, a year before B rank? What kind of monster are you? Mostly it's all thanks to Ku. It's clear. So, stopped, do not change the subject. I know you have plans for Danzo and probably Akatsuki. About my brother, okay, I won't ask, he asked in a menacing voice. Tell or not? Right shoulder, tell, left shoulder, no. Right, left, right, left. Right, after my attempts to choose, Sasuke said sharply. Where? I said a little confused. You stood on the left side for a long time, which means you wanted to say no. Right? Oh, okay, I'll tell you, just promise that you will do according to my plan. I made an oath to the Uchiha that you are the only Hokage for me, and I will be loyal to you in any situation. Even if I'm against your family? After my question, he flinched, but answered without delay. Yes. And I relaxed. But I'm not sure you would give me such an order. Well, I'm still glad that you will be by my side under any circumstances. Then listen, I want you to become, I deliberately paused, Danzo's successor. What? From my words, he became confused, but quickly pulled himself together, the head of the Umbu not? Right. I thought that even if we kill Danzo, the Umbu is not a very useful organization. Of course, if she is in the right hands, I said with a bloodthirsty smile. You are the only one who knows what it means to fall into the darkness and return. You know what despair is, the horrors of war, and you are unconditionally loyal to me. I think the most important thing is that I'm loyal to you. Then why not that Itachi, or Saya? Itachi is loyal to the village, and Sai. Yes, he will be loyal to me, but part of his heart will always serve Danzo, and I don't want to risk that. Fine. If it's an order, I'll follow it. You basically don't have to do anything until it's time for me to use Danzo to my advantage. Incredible. Even in such situations, you found a benefit, so we just destroy Akatsuki? For what? I ask in surprise. And from these psychos, you can find a sense. Of course not from all, but some are already on the list. I'm sorry, but I can't tell you the rest, I said with a guilty smile. Okay, I guess I'm the only one who knows so much. Right. Then let's go, we have an exam. And the Uchiha returned again. There were only 15 minutes left before the exam. Well, it was not in vain that I left an hour and a half earlier, just enough time. As we approached, I thought, this time I will definitely pass the exam better than anyone. When we entered the classroom, everyone turned in our direction, and suddenly, Hinata, check. Ino and Sakura shouted together. Okay, Hyuga stuttered a little, the real one. And we have already begun to think that you will bring a clone even on the day of the exam, Shikamaru answered with a yawn at my uncomprehending muzzle. Everyone just laughed at that remark, and Sasuke smirked. I made an offended face, although I know that this is just a joke. By the way, I gave my clones who were at the academy the task of making friends with classmates. So I think I have friendly relations with many people. Oddly enough, Hinata became my best friend. Well, I understood her the most, for many reasons, and, of course, to mock Sasuke's efforts, because Hinata now does not see a person more important than me. She doesn't even notice Sasuke's attempts to get close to her, while everyone else has already noticed. Well, for Sasuke, the opinion of the public was always unimportant. In the end, the exam was easy, many passed, and there are those who failed, not counting the clansmen and Sakura. I even had time to argue with Shikamaru that Hinata would be on the team with me. He said that she would be with Shino. It seems like he wanted to say that with Kiba, but he thought about what their clan relationship was like lately and changed his mind. We bet that in the future, when our teams celebrate something together, one of us pays. In general, honestly, on the one hand, I, who can eat dozens of ramen, on the other hand, Choji, and Shikamaru is sure that he will be on the team with him, who can eat tons of anything. When everyone passed, we hurried in a crowd to the cafe to celebrate. In the evening they began to disperse. Still, I'm not the only one who needs to talk to my parents. I'm home. For the whole house, well, as always, I shouted. Welcome back. Mom said with a gentle smile on her face. Go wash up, let's go to dinner. Okay, she answered quickly, running into the bathroom. Hi, father, Nagato Oni-san and Kyoshi and I-san, I called after him. Hi, they answered in unison. After dinner, Mom and I washed the dishes. Yes, I started helping Mom with the housework, which is fun. Really, and began. Naruto, what do you know about Uzumaki? The father asked. And why have I been having some heavy conversations lately? And everything has to start right away? They didn't even give me time to take a break. The members of the Uzumaki clan were very talented in all things Fuinjutsu. The members of the Uzumaki clan also have a special life energy that provides them with a large supply of chakra and a long lifespan. And the representatives of this clan have a special life energy that provides them with a large supply of chakra. The Uzumaki clan created their own village called Uzushiogakure. Their history is as old as that of the Uchiha, Senju, Kagaya and many others. At the moment, many members of this clan are unknown, since during the Third Shinobi World War they were destroyed. Famous people: Uzumaki Mito, wife of the first Hokage, Senju Hashirama; Uzumaki Kushina, wife of the fourth Hokage, Namikaze Minato; Uzumaki Naruto, Haim of the clan. Well, to be honest, there are other representatives. My mother's words shocked me. Yes, we were destroyed during the Second World War, but many did not want to leave where their home was. We wanted to tell you this when you become a genin. After these words, my parents and brothers gave me time to think. How? Why? It seems that some events of this world are still different, because I cannot express it differently. Is there anything else you want to say? It's better to tell me right away so that I won't be surprised. Nothing will surprise me now, even if they say that Uchiha Madara is a woman and married Tobirama. In the Chunin exam, Kyoshi will become a Chunin and become one of the heirs of the Uzumaki clan. He has been trained for this since childhood, and you will become the Haim of our clan. No, it seems that there are still many surprises in this world. Also, Nagato is not your brother. I didn't really understand the last sentence, because my brain was too busy. It took me a while to get everything back to normal. Now is the time to ask questions. Why would Kyoshi become the heir now? We wanted to devote more time to his education. Now he is ready to take on this burden. You become an heir when you become a Chunin, my father explained to me. How many heirs besides Kyoshi, is the most important question. If Uzushiogakure is alive, I should have influence in this powerful clan. It's easier to do this when your brother is the head and you yourself are Haim. There are 4 of them with him. Each one is an Uzumaki. Number? About 100 people. Approximately? I asked my father in displeasure. Kyoshi? 158 people. Of these, 4 heirs, 64 shinobi, the rest are ordinary citizens. Not a lot, but still not enough for a village, I said. I never ceased to be amazed. Are you more worried about this than the fact that your older brother is not your own? Well, I already suspected that Nagato was not my own. Nagato visibly tensed after my words, but he is Uzumaki, and all Uzumaki are relatives to each other. That's my girl, Mom said proudly. Everyone smiled at her words. But why Nagato Namikaze? And isn't Kyoshi also Namikaze? I asked. Kyoshi will change his last name along with his status after he becomes a chunin, but Nagato. It was his decision, we can't interfere with it in any way, Mom said. I just wanted to remain clanless along with my partners. I didn't want to distance myself from Konan and Yahiko. Well, a bit stupid, but it also means that these two are much more important than the clan that doesn't care about him. Konan? Yahiko? At that moment, I really wanted to hit on some hard object. After all, I thought that these two had already died somewhere, but they were all the time here, in front of my nose. If you're not my own, then where are you from, Nagato Oniai-san? My appeal told him that I understood him and he still remains a brother to me. Jiraiya-sensei at war found them. When I saw Nagato, I immediately realized that he was Uzumaki. According to his father, Nagato did not have a Rinnegan. Really in our time, if Nagato didn't have the Rinnegan, Jiraiya-sensei would have brought them, and so, Uzumaki with the Rinnegan? Stupidity. And he wrote off the red hair as an accident. Those same dogs have red hair, so what? They're not Uzumaki. Understood, I said with some thoughtfulness. That's all I hope? I asked hopefully. No, Mom said sharply. In the Chunin exams, Kyoshi will follow you, of course with a different team. You are obliged, as the clan's harem, to become a Chunin. At that moment I realized that my mother was speaking in all seriousness. Like harem. Majestically. Can I do that? Do your best, okay? She said more softly. I'm not Uzumaki Naruto if I can't do it. I tried as excellently as harem to say these words. Everyone laughed at my improvisation. Looks like there will be a lot of interesting things on the next exam. I won't be bored. The morning started surprisingly ordinary. Get up, wash up and go to breakfast. Talk to my parents, joke with my brothers, just in case, ask my father who I will be on the team with, get the expected, you will find out, and go to the academy. Maybe I just started to notice now, when I was in no hurry to train, but the views of the residents have changed. No, they didn't hate me, but now they at least hide it behind fake smiles. It seems that the fact that I am the daughter of the Hokage means something. Well, I learned to pay attention to this a long time ago. And Naruto-san, someone called me from behind. How could I miss Hinata? Getting old? But I'm still so young. Hinata, don't scare me like that, I said with a soft smile, and in my thoughts, is Hinata really so strong that I didn't notice her? In short, I will never in my life say that I myself did not notice it. It's good that Sasuke wasn't around, he breathed a sigh of relief from his thoughts. Sorry. Hinata, speak a lot more confidently and loudly, and look your opponent in the face. I have to make Hinata a lot more confident. Yes, I must. After my words, she raised her head and looked at me with a confident look. I hope you and I will be on the same team. She called. I hope so too. Do you think Sasuke will fit in our team? Now let's see the topic, what are your successes? I don't care who will be third, I want to be with you Naruto-san, he has 0 success, I'll see. Hinata, as much as I have already said, just call me Naruto, we are still the same age and we are best friends, I said cheerfully. The best? Hyuga asked in shock, but your best friend isn't Sasuke-kun? With him we are the best friends, no, we are the best rivals. And with you, like a girl with a girl, we are best friends. Will you always be by my side? I ask as I go to the academy. Of course, Naruto-san, she speaks much more confidently at times like this. She said, Naruto. Okay, Naruto. While talking like that, we approached the academy. In class, I immediately sat down with Sasuke and told Hinata to sit with me. I wanted to go to the middle of Hinata village. Sasuke clearly let me know with his eyes, but she said that it would be better if I sit there. In the end I won. Well, it's mostly not about Sasuke's desire, it's just that now Sakura and Ino will come, and they can start a noise even worse than me. Okay, I'm kidding. There is no one louder than me. I am the first. Sakura. No, I am. Ino. Oh, it's time to get ready. I'm first, so I'll sit with Sasuke-kun. When Sakura said that, Sasuke visibly trembled. Girls, you're already late, don't you see? Shikamaru seems to be tired of being disturbed in his sleep. Shika, you couldn't be silent. They will start hunting me now, and I wanted at least a couple of seconds of moral rest. I said in feigned anger. While we were chatting, two not very smart people, I can't call them stupid, I remember what they became in the future, noticed who was sitting with their idol and looked at me. As an enemy of humanity. Why was Hinata ignored? No, I understand that I am the daughter of the Hokage, many people think that I am so strong only because of him, but everyone except of course the Sasuke fan club understand that it is better not to get involved with me. Not only am I equal to Sasuke in strength, but sometimes even better, just like him, insult, but it feels like I'm the worst of all. I hope they get smarter, at least a little. Naruto, how dare you sit with Sasuke-kun? I'm not like my mother, I have my father's genes, and he is patient. Super patient. Let's not fight and settle everything amicably. Let's ask Sasuke who he wants to sit with. My friend, if you don't answer right now, I'll leave and won't even turn around, and I'll take Hinata with me for dessert. It looks like he read something in my eyes and answered as I wanted. I don't care, or not. Hinata, let's go sit down. Do you care where you sit? I asked in a sweet voice. Okay, Hinata replied in a scared voice. I think in my appearance as a cute girl, my ki and my murderous look interfered. As soon as Hinata wanted to get up, Sasuke took her hand and whispered something to Hinata, I did not hear, and forced her to sit back down. I couldn't stand it anymore. Uchiha, since you don't care, then let Sakura and Ino sit with you. No, I'll just sit with Sasuke-kun. Sakura. No, I am. Ino. Hinata, he will sit here, and you can change seats, said this Uchiha. That's how, after my words, everyone who came closer to watch this free show turned pale. Okay, I'll change seats. Just do not blame me later, if suddenly, I will not turn a blind eye to many things. Sasuke turned pale after those words. I've changed my mind, you can sit back down, I can see that you're scared. No, what are you? With Kiba and Shino, there's an empty seat. I'd rather sit with them. She looked at those two and they instantly averted their gazes. I stood up and walked over to Kiba and Shino and sat next to them. They were silent because they saw that I was angry. No, I'm not just angry, I'm mad. I'm doing everything here for him, and he can't just tell everyone to sit as usual. Well, everything, all the tomatoes that he hid in his room, I will throw away. Realistically tonight, I'll go and throw it away. Revenge is a cold dish. I'll also tell Itachi and Shisui that not a single tomato is in Sasuke's hands. When Sasuke turned in my direction, all my plans seemed to be clearly written in my eyes and he swallowed nervously. This is the time Iruka-sensei chose to enter. Sakura sat in my seat, how awful that sounds, and Ino sat next to Shikamaru and Chuji. So, you guys became genin today, and I haven't heard from you since. I was so offended by Sasuke. What to be offended by? He is an Uchiha. Though 1,000 times best friend, but he is an Uchiha. From these thoughts, my mood dropped and I did not notice Hinata's guilty look. Is it strange that she was silent, chose Sasuke's side? No, it would be strange, he probably embarrassed her with something, from which she only now came to her senses. Maybe. Team 7, Sasuke Uchiha, Hinata Hyuga and Naruto Uzumaki. Mentor, Kakashi Hatake. Team number, even from the words of the teacher that my plan was a success, I did not come to joy. It was hard not to change all the teams, but just swap 2 girls in places. Sakura will still become Bachan's student, I'll try my best. That's all. Now each team will have a mentor. I wish you all good luck. After his words, the teacher left. Kurenai-san entered first and Sakura, Kiba, Shino left. An hour and a half later, the 3 of us were sitting alone in the office. Suddenly, Sasuke came out of the classroom and ran somewhere. Well, I would like to go somewhere, Kakashi-sensei will come at least in an hour. Hinata, are you coming to visit me? And the sensei? And Sasuke-kun? Sensei will come in 2 hours, probably, and Sasuke? Well, him. I'm still mad at him. Will you go? She nodded timidly and I opened the window and jumped out. Jump, I'll catch it. Hinata blushed at my words. By the way, she was able to jump on her own. While we were walking to my house, I thought that I had not been to Old Tuchi for a long time and told Hinata about this, and she replied. I'd like to go by Dango on the way, she said timidly. Dango? She never said she loved them. This is no accident. Or am I getting paranoid? Hinata is too kind to hurt me. Okay, let's go. I answered cheerfully. When we were already approaching the store, Sasuke came out with Itachi. And I understood the plan of this smartass Uchiha, but I'm still offended. Just as I was thinking about it, Sasuke came up to me and gave me a package. I opened it and couldn't believe my eyes. Exclusive ramen. This is the one that is sold only in the country of the cloud. I have wanted it for a long time. And here. Really? When managed? I only told him once that I wanted them. It looks like he remembered. Hm. Anika, just in the cloud, was supposed to have a mission. I just told him that you wanted them. Now this is a sign of my apology. He looked unperturbed. So I just hugged him tight, and shouted. Thank you. Started jumping back and forth. If you didn't behave like the last beast and apologize in a normal way, everything would be perfect. Okay, so I won't touch anything in the room. And? The younger Uchiha looked at me expectantly. Okay. My mouth is shut. Are we bothering you? Itachi asked with a strange smile. I turned my back on Sasuke, so I didn't see how he turned pale and swallowed, but Hinata saw all this, who breathed a sigh of relief, and I already saw her sigh. Hello, Itachi-san. Sorry for my behavior, Sasuke just offended me a lot. When Sasuke looked at her with the look of a traitor, she only said, I said that I would not talk about the dispute, but nothing was said about this, and Naruto had such a sly smile that Itachi and Hinata passed the thought, like a fox, and Sasuke added, cunning nine-tailed fox. Naruto, I can feel the scarecrow's chakra in the Hokage's residence and it looks like he's already coming out of there. You don't have much time. Ku suddenly said. Awoke? Rested? Naruto asked. At least someone is worried about me. Naruto will give all his kunai to the fact that Kurama is now wiping an illusory tear. Yes. Guys, looks like Kakashi-sensei is on his way. Goodbye, Itachi-san. Goodbye, Naruto-chan, the blonde thought. Progress, because before, he only called her Haim. Unbeknownst to Naruto that Itachi only started calling her that with the silent permission of her two brothers, Minato would intervene when he tried to ask her out. But Sasuke knows about it. Of course, he would not tell Naruto about this. It would be better not to interfere with this family at all, otherwise they would make them guilty. Past. Of course, as a last resort, he monitors situations and wonders how Naruto doesn't see all this. Does he pretend? She will become. No matter how fast we were, we still came later than Kakashi-sensei. Where have you been? Not, hello, not, my name is Hatake Kakashi, I'm your mentor, no. After all, we need to find out why we came later than the great Kakashi Hatake, the genius of being late. We thought that you would come later anyway and went to the dango shop, I said. How to say? You will be problematic, well, it's better, I don't like you, on the roof, and Shunshin disappeared. All three of us walked along the wall to the roof. Hinata studied this for a long time, but she did it, and sat down. Okay, maybe you should introduce yourself. Give an example to sensei. No, Sasuke and I can do it, but to hear Hatake and let Hinata not be nervous is a duty, it seems to me. Oh. I then? Well, my name is Hatake Kakashi. What I like and what I don't want to tell you. Dreams. Well, I have a lot of hobbies. The world has changed, my father and mother are alive, I have two brothers, the Uchihas were not exterminated, but Hatake is still in a mask and the acquaintance is the same even in another world. Then you pointed at Sasuke with a nod. By the way, Hinata sat down in the middle. My name is Uchiha Sasuke, there are many things that I don't like and very little that I like. A quick glance at Hinata, which only me and Hatake noticed, who has widened eyes at this hint. A dream, well, it's more like a goal, to become stronger than my brother and go shoulder to shoulder with one person. I smiled at his words. Well, no one but me understood his words, probably only Kakashi-sensei suspects. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. I love instant ramen, they are especially delicious in Ichiraku. I don't like betrayal. Dream, world without wars and become the strongest Hokage. Well, with her parents, it was clear from the very beginning, Kakashi's thoughts. Now you. My name is Hyuga Hinata. I hit her on the shoulder and she became more confident. I love, a quick look at me and she began to mumble again. I don't like arrogance. Sasuke flinched at her words. I must say, in the topic that Hinata might have been talking about Niji, the dream of becoming stronger, she almost shouted the last words. Girls at her age think more about love. Uzumaki is an exception, she has shinobi and love are two equal concepts, but it looks like her love is Naruto. Or not. And she wants to become equal with her, thought Kakashi looking at this as the three, Jinchuriki Uzumaki, and even Haim, the second heir to the Uchiha, Haim Hyug. Minato-sensei, are you kidding me? Yes, there is also a tandem of Uzumaki Uchiha, Hyuga who loves Uzumaki and Uchiha who likes Hyuga. Can I stand it? If they do not pass the test, although I begin to doubt it, I will give it to another. That's enough, we'll start the tasks tomorrow, but before that, the four of us will do something first. Survival training. They got me. That's what the son of the White Fang was thinking looking at the three kids who were either ignoring, or listening attentively. He then thought that at least Uzumaki, as the most talkative, would ask something, but what then? If you start, you need to finish. Of the 27 graduates, only 9 will become genin, the rest will return to the academy. This workout is actually a very difficult test with a dropout rate of over 66%. And? Sasuke seems to be tired of this. Test, tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock at the practice field. And it's better not to have breakfast, disappeared. I hope he will not complain to his father. Well, okay if, what, I have protection. Bloody habanero. Who goes where? I'll go to the hospital to find out when the exam will be. I need to join the clan, they answered at the same time. I'm in the hospital. See you then. The exam at the hospital will be in a week. If it weren't for my schizophrenia, then I definitely wouldn't have reached the C rank in half a year. Now you understand my superiority. Yes. Next day. You late. Sasuke and I shouted. Excuse me, the black cat ran the road, he. Not. Changed. Well, I think it's time to start, saying put the clock, here are 2 bells. You must take them from me before noon. Who will not be able to select will be left without lunch. Did you have breakfast? After our nods, we tried to persuade Hinata to eat for a long time. Good, then. Whoever is left without a bell will go to the academy. You can use shurikens. If you don't try to kill me, you won't see the bell. But sensei, Hinata wanted to say something. No, Hinata, it's in our favor. We can use any tricks against the sensei. That's right, Naruto. Then. Started. After his words, all 3 immediately hid in different directions. We all went deep into the forest. When we met, I put up a barrier and directed Hinata to check the area. She said that so far her limit is 1 kilometer. I said it's not enough, but now it will do. Any ideas? No, of course I have them, but I don't want to be a leader. Almost. I think it will be enough if we show academic techniques. Sasuke put forward his idea. I think you can still use Fireball, and Hinata can use Hyuga's Taijutsu with the Byakugan. Then Hinata, how are you with shurikens? Fine. I can hit August 10th, of course, if the object is moving. After my question, she nodded. Then it's perfect. To battle. Looks like Kushina-san taught Naruto Fuinjutsu if I can't sense their chakra. If this is a barrier and seals, then everything becomes clear, but something they take a long time. Kakashi, he's got his book already. First, Hinata went, with Taijutsu, and we are helping her from the rear with shurikens. After 1 minute, when she was already exhausted, Hinata went to the rear, and Sasuke and I started attacking him together. Feel the tandem Wuyu. This time, Hinata helped with shurikens. After 3 minutes, we jumped back and Sasuke used Fireball. Kakashi, of course, was surprised, but he used a replacement, and at that time I hit a branch on a tree. I left a log there on purpose. During this time, Sasuke crept up behind and took the bells. Well done, but Sasuke, who will you give the bells to? I do not need them. Aniki will teach me everything, but Naruto and Hinata can get it from their parents, saying he threw the bells to Hinata and me. Team, your parents aren't fluffy either, Dadabayo. I returned it to him. It would be better if you are Naruto, you will. I didn't do anything like that in this fight, basically you and Sasuke-kun fought, Hinata said. You guys, sensei began in a terrible voice, from which even Sasuke's shoulder trembled, even if he knew what they would be told now, surrendered. Remember, those who break the laws of the ninja world are often called nonentities, but those who do not care about their comrades are even worse. After his words, Sasuke looked at the sensei with respect, and Hinata thoughtfully. After all that life has done to him, he still considers his comrades the most important thing. For me, no matter what kind of teacher you are a respectful person. After everything that I have done in the past, you are one of those who believed in me to the end. I am grateful to you. Sasuke thought. Training is over. All passed. Starting tomorrow, team number 7 begins to carry out the task. Then he disappeared again. Now, can we all go out for lunch? All the same, they waited for him for more than 3 hours. After 2 nods, let's go eat a Kimichi's barbecue. That's where Choji should be with Team 10. At the same time. How do you like Kakashi? Minato asked the remaining student. Team Wagon according to your words. I think teamwork will be great. They showed only academic tricks. Only Uchiha Sasuke showed fireball. Uzumaki Uchiha fighting deuce. They understand each other at a glance, not even at a glance. And in truth, we will be a strong team. You think so too? All the same, a strong generation is growing in our country? After Kakashi's subdued nod, Minato laughed. After all, who better than Sensei does not see how proud Kakashi is for his students and how much fun he has? POV Itachi. Hinata, did you choose which dango you want? Asked the black-haired boy, who with difficulty, but hides his tension. Of course, Sasuke-kun. I choose these, the brown-haired woman said, a little embarrassed at her own thoughts. Look, Itachi-san. He finally started some kind of conversation. Quiet in the corner. If you look closely you will see hair the color of the sun, and you can also sometimes notice 2 red eyes. How? How did it all come to this? These are the thoughts of the genius of the Uchiha clan. The day before. Sasuke, I heard that a new dango shop has opened? Naruto asked. Now the Uchiha family was sitting in the kitchen with one Uzumaki chirping. Naruto sometimes ate lunch and dinner with the Sasuke family. Just like Sasuke at her house. Now she asked for lunch. Yes. Only tickets can be obtained there, only from other shops. How is that? Mom asked. Although I know what they are. Tickets can only be obtained from other stores. For example, in Ichiraku, Tuchi-san gave me 2 tickets saying that he was giving this one because I was a regular customer. Others have these tickets as a prize at certain events, Naruto said. I got 2 tickets from the salad shop where I ate the most salads. I got first place, tickets, showing the ticket said, Ototo. Why was I called on a long-term mission at this particular time? When I returned from missions, I just found out that a new store had opened, and tickets there can only be obtained in this way. I gave him permission only if 2 more weeks were added to the remaining 11 months of his punishment, Naruto said, looking at my brother strangely. Punishments? Fugaku said with a hard look at Sasuke. Sasuke now under the gaze of his father can not only survive, but also respond in kind. Sasuke lost the argument to me. Naruto came in defense to her best friend, the one who loses had to not eat food for a year. But he does eat. And it's impossible not to eat at least something for a year, my mother said, shaking her head. Well, why all the way? At one type of product/food, after her words, the mother looked worriedly at her son. Oh, that's why he hasn't been in the kitchen lately. Shursui needs to be told. In short, Sasuke lost and should not eat tomatoes for a year, and since he really wanted to win in that store, I allowed him, but if 2 weeks are added to those 11 months in which he did not eat tomatoes. By the way, the salads were entirely made of tomatoes. After her words, I looked at my Ototo and really wanted to laugh, but my father is nearby, so it's impossible. Hm. Father looked at Naruto with a mocking look. Well done, Naruto-chan. Even his father looks at Naruto so kindly. Yes, my father didn't even say, well done, to me. Jealous? But to whom? Thank you, Fugaku-san. Luck was on my side, because if I lost, then I would not have eaten ramen for a year. And this is impossible. But Sasuke is worse. I wouldn't have made it through the year without dango. By the way, about the store. Naruto said as if remembering something. It seemed to me, or did they just look at each other strangely? I have 2 tickets left. I actually wanted to give them to Nagato Oniai-san, but he said he already had them. So I asked Hinata to come with me, but it turns out Sasuke has one too. I heard Itachi-san had a long-term mission and didn't have time to get a ticket. How do you like Itachi-san to go there with Sasuke, Hinata and me? The more people the merrier. Of course, I'll go. Even if it smells like a dirty trick. It's a dango. Thank you Naruto-chan for this. What does Sasuke think of this? All the same, I will go for his tickets, Ototo. If you do not agree, I will no longer train. Of course, Aniki. Well then. How do you like the Uchiha brothers? Tomorrow at 2? Naruto clapped his hands. I think it'll do, Sasuke answered without even asking my opinion, but I nodded anyway. And why do I feel like I'm trapped? Yes, and mom and dad look strange. POV Itachi end. An hour before now. Two beautiful brunettes walk through the village and attract the eyes of the female part of the village. And in the other half of the parks, a beautiful blonde in a red short beautiful kimono and a brown-haired woman already in a blue short kimono are sitting and waiting. Here are two brothers approaching the girls. Hello, Itachi-san. Hello, Sasuke. Naruto did not bow, showing that this is a walk of friends, not the heirs of the clan. Hello Itachi-san, Sasuke-kun. Hello, Hinata-chan. Hello, Naruto-chan. Sasuke and I even have the same results in relation to each other. Now Hinata at least doesn't call Sasuke-san, and I'm not Naruto-hime. Maybe we should take a walk first before we go? Sasuke said, according to a well-thought-out plan. Good idea, Sasuke. How do you like Itachi-san, Hinata-chan? Naruto picked up his words. I'm in, Hinata said shyly. I don't mind, Itachi. A company of 3 genin and 1 umbu. Naruto immediately started telling Itachi about the fun moments that had happened this month, and Sasuke started talking about training with Hinata. He can't help it. They have nothing else to talk about. When Naruto heard this, she laughed for a long time. Itachi-san, Hinata is now their lunch break until 3. Any ideas? Where will we be for an hour? Naruto asked with a cheerful smile. Let's go to the market. I wanted to see the kunai from Metal Village. I heard that only recently they began to sell such ones. Who is talking about what? But Sasuke is always about his kunai. Well, I didn't get far from him. I agree. I am for. Why not? The whole crowd we went to the market. I started talking to Sasuke to get Itachi-san and Hinata to start talking. And it looks like Sasuke's Aniki was much better at conversations as Hinata with a cute smile on her face was a good conversationalist. Did I think or did I hear a growl? No, it didn't seem. Calm down, Sasuke. You must be more patient. If you're in too much of a hurry, Hinata will run away from you. I know, but that smile. Why is there only embarrassment on this face next to me? Began to pour out my soul. Calm down. Knowing Hinata, if she's embarrassed, doesn't that mean she sees you as a man? Although at our age, it's probably too early. And if she calmly talks to Itachi, she only sees him as Sasuke-kun's older brother. Itself then? I think you spoke too soon about your feelings. He's 18 now. I'm only 13. At this time, if I hadn't said my intentions, Fugaku-san would have married Itachi-san to someone a long time ago. The same as Una-chan, very attractive, and the heir would be a full Uchiha. Taking his gloomy mood, I began to speak. Well, Aniki, not stupid. He sees you chasing him. I think if you continue it will last a very long time. Although he has a relationship theme, the character is just a nightmare. At such moments, even I want to punch him in the face. That's why I called him today. If all goes well, the Uchiha's thoughts will be mine. I was once told that the Uchihas were owners. Looks like the Uzumaki are not far away from us, he said mockingly looking at the grim determination. If it doesn't work out, then I'll have to marry Niji. From my words and seeing that my eyes were as serious as they used to be, Sasuke did not know whether to cry or laugh at him. It's a joke? The Uchiha asked cautiously. Why would you? If the Hyuga idea doesn't work out, I'll take it by force. Sasuke didn't say anything to this, because he was in shock. How else does he need to be? if just now, his best friend said that no matter what Aniki chooses, he will end up with Naruto. Whether he wants it or not. However, he is not surprised by this. Is he more surprised that Naruto wants to start dating Neji? What's with this arrogant pig? You don't have to make that face. Neji is a normal guy. In terms of his character or skill, he doesn't lose to Itachi. You compared my brother and this one? Sasuke asked angrily. Yes, Naruto continued as if not noticing her friend's reaction. Neji is very kind and straightforward, just like me. Sasuke began to get angry. It's like a turkey, better than my brother. Well, now is not about that. How will we split up? Just look through some window, and I will continue to talk with Hinata. And Itachi? What about Itachi? He is not stupid, and understands that we wanted to separate from the very beginning. The main thing after give him a dango. He will forgive you for everything. Understood. Let's only half an hour. Looking back at Itachi talking with Hinata, Uzumaki said. Fine. And what were they whispering about? The older Uchiha and Hyuga thought the same. Half an hour has passed. Itachi-san, look at that exclusive ramen. You should definitely buy it. Let's. Naruto wanted to take a good reason and she wanted to pick a good moment when Hinata would be a little far away. But it's ramen. How do you think to buy? But if I buy, I will definitely eat it right away. And then I won't be able to eat dango. Looking at the Uzumaki, who didn't know what to do, Itachi was confused. Does she love ramen that much? No, and he heard rumors about Uzumaki's all-consuming love for this undoubtedly harmful dish, but of course, Itachi will never say that out loud in his life. His self-preservation instinct works better than ever of course, when necessary. And of course, he realized that behind Sasuke and Hinata had already left. Well, he doesn't mind, after all, Sasuke has serious feelings for Hinata and, as an older brother, he must support the stupid younger brother. Naruto-chan, let's go buy some ramen and stay with me. Will you take it after? Itachi asked cautiously. Great idea, Itachi-san. Can you just start calling me Itachi? If you just call me Naruto. Okay. Only if you're alone. I wish Kyoshi didn't find out. Fine. By the way, Itachi-san, can I ask you something? Of course, Itachi said with a soft smile. Did Sasuke and Hinata leave behind? Naruto asked in a whisper. Itachi surprised at the form of the question, but thought she wanted to be alone with him. Of course, he replied with a nod. Then, in a moment and Itachi felt Naruto using chakra, they didn't go that far. Saying so, she took Itachi's hands and jumped onto the roof. What are you doing? Not understanding the actions of the Uzumaki, asked the Uchiha. Of course I want to follow them. Naruto said enthusiastically, which completely broke the Uchiha's heart. What? Itachi is not stupid and he realized that with this phrase Naruto said that she wants to see if Sasuke ruined her date more than to spend time herself. And how should he react now? Naruto climbed onto the roof and quickly ran to the side where he felt the chakra of the Uchiha and Hyuga. When she saw those two freely talking, Naruto breathed a sigh of relief. And from where? She had a camera in her hands. Naruto? Itachi from the open picture, even forgot to add Naruto-chan to the name. What are you doing? I'm looking for dirt on your stupid little brother, Naruto said with a certain sense of victory. Your brother is so into his date that he's probably going to have all his attention on Hinata, so we can move freely. Is that so? Itachi said, as if understanding everything. Why do you need me? Don't you understand, Itachi-san? Naruto asked as if it was obvious. To say the truth, no. How could you not understand? Naruto said as if all her hopes were broken. If Sasuke suddenly sees us and gets angry, then who will protect me? At her words, Itachi did not say anything, as he expected this. Your brother has been talking too much lately. I need to show this narcissistic turkey that I'm called his best friend for a reason, as if not noticing the man's gaze, Naruto continued. That's it, the Uchiha's mood plummets. How else should he behave? He thought that he was invited on a date, but here is such a bummer. Naruto loves him, so what kind of attitude is that? Usually when girls confess to him, they try to cover all his attention to themselves. So that's where Naruto-chan got it wrong. Boring, the Uchiha thought to himself. In a way, part of the terrible nature of the Uchiha was transferred to Itachi. From childhood, he was not deprived of the attention of the female half of Konoha, but since he was the heir to the Uchiha clan and he had to take the bride according to status. Itachi from childhood did not believe in such a thing as love, he called this feeling addiction. And about the legend that the Uchihas are terrible owners and completely passed on deaf ears, although he agreed that his best friend Shisui, when it comes to Nagato, becomes so crazy that she is jealous of every girl he knows, but it seems that Nagato is far from her doesn't leave. And here is the daughter of the Hokage, the younger sister of such strong shinobi as Nagato and Kyoshi, and also the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tailed. She will 100% have a great influence in Konoha in the future, and she is a smart girl. But I think the most important thing is that she is the best friend of his younger brother. The concept of the heavy character of his younger brother is known to everyone, from young to old. But Sasuke not only trusts her 100%, but also will not interfere in any way if he suddenly marries Naruto. Of course, not everyone knows this, but in the concept of a difficult character, the older brother did not go far from the younger. I don't know what they say about the older Uchiha, but I think it's far from it. His first girlfriend, Uchiha Izuna, left him because he paid too little attention to her and was always on a mission, and when he had free time he went either to Shisui or Sasuke, of course, just to talk to him. She did not even tolerate half a year, as she had already left him. Of course, this is not an indicator, but Itachi will choose his wife only from the upper strata. Although he doesn't like that Naruto thinks that if she doesn't pay attention to him, he will suddenly be asking her for more attention. He had worse girls who tried to use all the tricks to interest him. But of course, he will go to meet Naruto, since she is from the same world as him. All the same, much more attention is paid to the Jinchuriki, even than to him. This is too big a loss if the girl herself goes to meet him. He had worse girls who tried to use all the tricks to interest him. But of course, he will go to meet Naruto, since she is from the same world as him. All the same, much more attention is paid to the Jinchuriki, even than to him. This is too big a loss if the girl herself goes to meet him. He had worse girls who tried to use all the tricks to interest him. But of course, he will go to meet Naruto, since she is from the same world as him. All the same, much more attention is paid to the Jinchuriki, even than to him. This is too big a loss if the girl herself goes to meet him. All day long, while Sasuke tried to show himself around Hinata from a different side, Naruto and Itachi silently followed them, and sometimes Naruto took pictures of the moments when Sasuke approached Hinata closely and tried to embarrass her with something. The most beautiful photo was where Sasuke put a rose on Hinata. Of course, Naruto couldn't help but take a picture of this moment. Evening came and Sasuke said that he was taking Hinata home. "Hinata-chan, see you tomorrow," Sasuke said with his characteristic grimness. "Thank you for a great time, Sasuke-kun. And tell Naruto to get well." By the way, Sasuke said that Naruto became ill and Itachi takes her to the house. It seems that Hinata believed or also wanted to leave her friend with her loved one. "And thank you. Bye," Sasuke said with a wave of his hand. "See you tomorrow," Hinata said with a smile. After Hyuga entered the clan quarter, Sasuke spoke softly but clearly. "Maybe you're leaving now?" The Uchiha said, a little annoyed. "When did you notice?" Uzumaki said. "Only towards the end of the road," the Uchiha Jr. said, a little embarrassed that he noticed his friend so late. "Well done, Otto. Naruto and I were hiding at the Jonin level, so it's a good result that you spotted us. Itachi said with a soft smile. But Sasuke wouldn't be called his little brother if he didn't see the disappointment in his eyes. And it seems that disappointment was not directed in his direction. Sasuke said with a chuckle, looking at Itachi. He understood him, removed his smile, and looked at the Ototo menacingly. That's it, I won't do it again, Sasuke said, simply saying these words, but without removing his grin. I think it would be better if Itachi leads Naruto, right? He looked at his best friend and said. I don't mind, the Uzumaki said simply. The Uchiha limited himself to a nod. Also in silence, they continued their journey towards the Uzumaki quarter. Naruto-chan, next time you won't use such tricks to get my attention, the Uchiha said directly after thinking and weighing everything. Still, no matter how explosive the Uzumaki is, she can't deny the obvious. What are you talking about? Naruto frowned at the Uchiha's words. Please don't pretend that you don't understand. The most thing I don't like is when girls think that we will immediately check them from the fact that they will make a naive face. What do you mean? Still not understanding what the conversation was about, Naruto almost screamed. Are you still doing this? Fine. You did not pay attention to me, so that I began to find it in you myself? Did you specifically start following my younger brother today, again completely ignoring me, so that I would start to be jealous? I'm sorry, but I'm already used to such tricks. That's how, we all decided. Naruto's eyes were covered with bangs, so that Itachi did not see for a second. Her eyes turned red. I thought that you were completely different from Sasuke, although you are brothers with him. I take my words back, you are both exactly the same. Only now Sasuke, after he received cuffs from me, realized that things were bad with me, without specifically saying that they both lost one arm from these cuffs. Uzumaki continued, and you know that I will not allow anyone to infringe on my pride. To be honest, you Uchiha didn't go very well with beauty. I know, and much more attractive than you, man, but at least the same Hyuga Niji. In my opinion, even Rock Lee has a lot more talent than you. I still don't understand how others could fall in love with you. If not for your status as a genius and heir to the future great clan. From her words, the Uchiha went berserk. To him, said such words? Terrible. But he had a much better opinion about Uzumaki Naruto, and she, like the others, just wanted the strength that stands behind Itachi's back. However, the Uchiha was ready for this. It was only necessary to tell Sasuke after that so that he would not communicate with this girl. And where were the Hokage and Nagato looking? As soon as he wanted to start talking, he was interrupted. No manners at all. But I don't need to speak a tirade right now. I can read your mind perfectly in your Itachi-san eyes. Maybe in normal times, you are collected and kind, but when it comes to attitude, your face instantly changes to contempt. I have no idea where you get this opinion, but don't think of me now as a girl who just wanted your money. You haven't gone very far. After all, on purpose, they began to ask Sasuke 2 visible questions about me, so that we would think that you were interested in me? After all, you started talking to me and not saying anything about the rumors about us, just because of my status, right? Naruto continued with a nasty smile on her face. As of today, you Uchiha Itachi are no longer of interest to me. So I would not want to communicate with you anymore. Saying so, she moved away from the Uchiha. And Itachi, from such impudent words, did not even know what to say. This girl. When I myself wanted to tell her to be more assertive, she returned the hairpin tenfold. I had a much better opinion of her. Now I already think that with such a character, it is Sasuke who tolerates her. And what is this relationship? I will avenge you Uzumaki Naruto for this humiliation. Thought so, Uchiha on the way home. If only he knew where today's conversation would lead. He would think thrice before he says that. After today, Itachi will change his mind about girls, But that's another story. That's the end of the story.